here, but they recently moved into places like Kenya. A lot of government families lived in this country for generations, occupying space in all the locations: New York, Miami, LA, Detroit, Chicago. Even if he's wearing a dashiki and sporting an afro. And if you go to Africa and search for your race, you'll find out quick you're not an African American. You're just a black American in Africa taking up space. Keep trying to attach yourself to a continent, or even if you got the chance to go and you went, most people never even claim you. You're a purebred daughter or son of them. Your heritage is right here now, no matter what you call yourself or what you say. And a lot of people died to make it that way. There are some...
Yeah, what's up with it? Do it cause I love it and I stuck with it. We ain't with the subbing in the cut with it. Please none of the talks, I heard enough of it. Like, what you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this, don't talk about it. Really on the move, on the map, never slip. Keep your hands to your lips, don't talk about it. Real eyes, real lies all the time. Stand on it, if we said it, we don't walk around it. Loose lips, sink ships, red cup, blue strips, new phone, who this? No, we don't allow it. Really on go, I don't know what's an off day. Now we on road, came from smoking in the hallway. Now we got shows, boys feeling like Broadway. Always look both ways, even on a crossway. Driving down Cross Bay, out town Barclays. Really on big tanks, came up a small way. Championship rings, baby, that's a ball game. Oh, she want a little bag, baby, that's small change. Yeah, that money talk. If we ain't cool, then cut me off. No breaking news, don't run your mouth. Thought it was the plug, now he running off. Thought it was a plug, now he running off. What you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this, don't talk about it. Really on the move, on the map, never slip. Keep your hands to your lips, don't talk about it. Real eyes, real lies all the time. Stand on it, if we said it, we don't walk around it. Loose lips, sink ships, red cup, blue strips, new phone, who this? No, we don't allow it. Whoa. Don't do that, we the best coming out of BK, I thought you knew that. Step up in the function, all these women like who that. Got me looking like money, yeah, they love me, yeah, true that. Big racks, new bag, new swag, we ain't cutting no slack. Why they mad? Don't do that. See them coming, no mad, 6 feet, move back. How we got it, don't ask, don't do that. Nah, cause they ain't never put us on. Now they wanna come around and see what's going on. Nah, and we don't follow protocols. We some kings like sis, no waterfall, ISO. What you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this, don't talk about it. Really on the move, on the map, never slip. Keep your hands to your lips, don't talk about it. Real eyes, real lies all the time. Stand on it, if we said it, we don't walk around it. Loose lips, sink ships, red cup, blue strips, new phone, who this? No, we don't allow it.
Hey, y'all, what's going on?
Hey,
What the hell? What's going on?
everything's everything. How about
I know,
you?
right? I'm good. I got we got 688 people watching
Woo wee!
and one person in the goddamn chat. So that
Oh
tells
wow!
you that
Wait a minute, 688 watching.
that's what
One,
it is.
one in the chat.
in here. They
All
want
y'all
to
that's
close.
all 681 of y'all that's in the chat. I don't know if you did or not, but hit the like button since it's 681 in the chat.
It's
I mean,
saying
in the
75 now. So
oh, they,
I know my enemies are watching, but that's cool. They can watch. They're allowed to watch. My enemies are my motivators.
well, hey, that's what we need. All the enemies watching. We don't need the people who are on our side watching because they already know what to do. It's the enemies that need to watch.
Right.
You know what they say? You keep your friends close, but you keep your enemies closer. So thank you, enemies, for even showing up.
Right. They're saying 883. I'm looking at the live. I swear it is. So today we were supposed to come yesterday, but Sister Bethy was exhausted yesterday. I was so exhausted yesterday. But this is gonna happen every Wednesday. So we'll be back again Wednesday. Me and Copper Aborigines. I'm here. How have you heard anything about the storm or the hurricane in Florida? Hey, Bridget, here they all come. EJ, what's good?
Hey, Bridget, EJ,
Yeah.
William Robinson, Focus Mind. Welcome in the chat, brothers and sisters. Yeah, I did. I was watching Milton before the cable went down. AT&T is down right now. We kind of knew it was going to happen because of the storm that we got out here. It never fails. Say, I'm out here in the country now, so anytime we get a strong wind or something going to happen.
Okay. So anybody in Florida that was affected? Hey, Will.
Hey, Will.
Focus Mind, Bridget, the real Gotti, Light and Love. Anybody know anybody in Florida that was affected?
Who do I know? No, I got a cousin down there, two of them. Both of them work for the post office. They over there where Clearwater is at. They said they didn't have no problem with Milton.
Okay, I seen Cuddy was showing some people on the news in a weird area of Florida where there was stores, restaurants flooded, and some restaurants opened up to give people free food. Oh, real Gotti, what happened to your godmother? What is it, flooded or what's going on? Well, I know you got some people out in Florida, Will Fluorescent. I know my dad's house is in Punta Gorda, Florida. So I don't know if that area was affected. It always usually is.
Isn't that way down there in Florida?
Punta Gorda.
Yeah.
That's I don't know where that's at. I never been to his home. Oh, okay. He said she ain't got no service. They were saying that it was gonna hit South Carolina and North Carolina.
Okay, so they over there on that East Coast, the eastern side of the Atlantic Ocean where all of that is going on.
Okay,
that's
real
cool.
Gotti. She's in Tampa. They have no service. Yeah, that's where my father family is from, Tampa. They were born there. Dude, going way back. Deep. They deep from Tampa.
Yeah, don't let me get to joking about places like that. Gonna make me think they still riding horse and buggy over there.
Oh, that's good. Shit, my father family lived in Tampa when they had the Rosewood shit going on.
God dog.
Yeah. That's where they're from. All of them.
Most of the people that left Rosewood, you know where they ended up at, right? Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's right, Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that's where they formalized the Seminole tribe anyway. So I'm wondering if they joined that, and because the Seminole tribe is the one that built up Wall Street in Oklahoma.
They sure did. A lot of people don't know that, but if you say Seminole, they don't know it because they only know it by the first name that was used during the what is it, 19 teens, and it was called Negro Wall Street. Maybe y'all never heard of it like that, but I was
Yep.
lucky enough to hear it like that coming up through the 60s during Negro History Week. I don't
Mm,
know anything about Black History Month, but I knew about Negro History Week. So that's what we had growing up.
mm.
And I knew it
Okay.
was Negro Wall Street. And I come to find out that it was all over the place. But they were the first area in the country, I think, first or second, but they had their own airport.
Mm.
Yeah, and remember I told you the story about C.R. Patterson, and he was the first automobile manufacturer. Well, he really didn't like doing the automobile, but he used that money to bounce off to build his other factories where he could build buses, and that's where those buses in Oklahoma came to.
Mm.
Yeah, they had their own buses and everything out there in Oklahoma,
Interesting.
in Tulsa. Yeah, their own banks. I think it was like 4 banks out there, plus the banks that was in uh, uh, North Carolina, because that was a Negro Wall Street. They
Mm-hmm.
call it here today. When I come to Michigan, in the Detroit, they would call it back then in the 70s. They would call it Black Bottom, but originally it was Negro Bottom. In the Negro
Mm-hmm.
Bottom, they had their own buses and banks.
Interesting.
Um, there was someplace else that all these different places of our people was at. I think it was one that was in Birmingham, Alabama. A lot of people don't know this, but Birmingham, Alabama was known for steel making, and they had their own bank too. But a lot of that stuff got either burnt out or taken, things of
Mm.
that nature by them people that came there, them strangers. That's what I'm gonna call them. I won't call them nothing else. Them strangers that moved into them areas that didn't look like them.
Mm. So I was reading. I'm gonna start with mine and then I'll move into yours. I do one of mine, one of yours, one of yours. So we're gonna just talk about things happening in states to states and things of that nature. Meadow will join us in a little while.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it because he who enlightens had stated something interesting, and I would really like him to pop on the panel a little later when Meta get on, so we can get into it. But anyway, I was looking at things going around in different states, but this has actually happened in California, and this article was written on October 7th, 2024, by Kayla, and this woman is saying, "I would have been a great mom. California finally pays reparations to women it sterilized."
I heard about something similar to that years ago, but I never knew it was true. I just thought it was just a conversation and people were having. But here's a story that proves that it is true. I didn't know.
Yeah, so it's going into. Let me take down this banner.
Damn.
Yeah, honey, it's stuff that goes on in states that this happens to. Damn, why is this banner? Oh, because of the chat. Let me take the banner down. Hey, AJ. But let's get on into it. So it's saying um Jenna Buffington knew she had little time to become pregnant once she was released from prison at age 40. For over a year, she tried to have a baby. She didn't know pregnancy would be unlikely because of a procedure she had nearly a decade earlier. In 1998, while Buffington was incarcerated at Central California Women's Facility in Chowchilla, she underwent an endometrial ablation in order to treat what a prison doctor had told her was an abnormal pap smear. The procedure destroys the uterine lining and should not be done for people who have any desire for future childbearing, according to the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists. But Buffington was not told how the procedure would affect her fertility. This is so humanly low for someone to make the decision that I don't deserve to have children because I'm incarcerated, said Buffington, 58 years old now. I would have been a great mom. Buffington this month finally received recognition that the state robbed her of her reproductive freedom. Securing that acknowledgement came only after a long court battle to make her eligible for California's historic reparations program for people who were forcibly sterilized while in state prisons, state run hospitals, and homes. Her case could have wide ranging implications for other people who were sterilized by the state and whose applications in the 2021 reparations program were rejected by the California Victim Compensation Board on technicalities. The board 4 times denied Buffington's application for a $35,000 reparations payment, writing that ablations don't qualify as sterilizations under the law because the procedure was performed to treat her underlying medical condition and does not eliminate fertility. The all changed when Alameda County Superior Court Judge ruled earlier this year that the compensation board wrongfully denied her reparations, stating that informed consent is a linchpin of the statute.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
And
wait a minute before you continue. I want all the women in the chat that may know of other women in your own families. You may want to talk to those women and see if they went through a similar procedure, because this is precedent set. That
in that state anyway.
Well, once it's done in one state, it covers them all because it all falls up under federal.
Right, federal. You're right. Correct. That is correct when you say that. I forgot this is federal court.
That's
I
right.
didn't even look to see if it was state court or district court. My bad.
That's federal there.
Yeah, it says county district. My bad. I'm half asleep.
That is
And
all right.
another right, informed consent was the thing.
But
And I bet people that go and get those type examinations when they go for their PAPs or things of that nature, they're not told that it could affect their fertility. I don't believe they're told.
no, they're not told.
I wonder if they're told. I don't know. I'm not in the doctor's room with them, but I wonder if that's clearly spelled out to them before. They need to clearly spell things out for people. Because they sign them documents real quick and don't really get a chance to read and digest. There's no one there to say, hey, after the surgery, if you want babies after this test, you might not be able to have them. It could affect you.
Exactly.
There's no one there to tell them that, which is like really crazy to me.
I'll tell you something else that's crazy that most people don't know. And it's going to scare a lot of y'all in the chat when I say it. If you ever been to the dentist and you went in there and they told you you needed root canal, you might want to do some research on root canals, because root canals later on causes a lot of problems and you end up with what they call arthritis, because you don't know where it comes from, but that's where it comes from. And it also causes heart attacks.
And we don't want to say that flag on the play because we didn't put up any proof or anything. So before we could say things like that medically, we have to make sure that we put something up that
All right,
actually
I'll get
do
it.
so.
I'll get that
So
information.
we're actually, yeah, get that before. If we don't have the information, or let's not say things like if we don't have the information. Okay, so we don't know that. We don't know. This is fair use for educational and entertainment purposes only. We don't know about that. So that's alleged at this point.
At this point, yeah, it
But
would
we
be
will,
alleged.
right. So if let's stick to our articles that we have. Okay.
Got
Um, yeah, because we have to do that. That's what happens. A lot of people's channel get struck for misinformation. So I'm gonna um say to strike that about the root canal because I don't know. I don't know. This channel doesn't know. So um I'm gonna get into another signal that the program hasn't lived up to its promise. Governor Gavin Newsom on September 30th signed a law that gives survivors who were previously denied until January 1st to file an appeal. The compensation board added an additional 50 added has an additional 15 months to consider those appeals and process applications. The program, which was slated to conclude last month, will now end in January 2026. The
wow.
compensation board is a state agency that collects restitution and works to compensate victims of crime. It's overseen by three members: State Comptroller Malaya Cohen, Contra Costa County District Attorney Diana Beckton, and a representative from Newsom's cabinet, Government Operations Security Secretary Amy Tong. The agency told Cal Matters via an email that its executive officer, Linda Gledhill, is unable to give an interview regarding this particular matter as it is pending litigation. The email also noted that the agency was sending letters to all claimants who had documentation available and received denials, informing them of their ability to request an additional review of their denial. Then it goes into thousands forcibly sterilized in California institution. Thousands.
Wow. Now, in
Um,
this case, I don't have to say allegedly then, but I will say
so
allegedly, if it's thousands in California, we live in an area that is known as 48 states. We know that there's uh, Alaska and Hawaii, which makes it 50, but we live in the area of 48 states. I guarantee you, if you check all them states, women's prisons, we're going to come into the multiple millions.
yeah, we got to check that. So it's saying thousands forcibly sterilized in California institutions. Starting in the early 1900s, more than 20,000 people, disproportionately poor women, people of color, and people with disabilities, were involuntarily sterilized in state run homes and hospitals under California's eugenics laws. Those laws were repealed in 1979, but the practice continued. A 2014 audit found that at least 794 people in state prisons underwent various medical procedures that could have resulted in sterilization between 2005 and 2013. The most recent wave of sterilizations were connected to James Heinrich, a doctor who worked at Valley State Prison in Chowchilla. According to state prison medical records obtained by KQED, Heinrich ordered at least 80 ablations between 2006 and 2012. He did not perform the procedure on Buffington. In 2013, the Center for Investigative Reporting, which first reported the sterilizations, quoted him saying that the state wasn't paying doctors a significant amount of money for the sterilizations compared to what you save in welfare paying for these unwanted children as they procreated more. The government agency that oversees prison health care in a 2014 memo obtained by Cal Matters through the California Public Records Act acknowledged that the ablations and dozens of other procedures had the potential for sterilization or diminished capacity for future conception. Those procedures, the memo stated, must go through a heightened level of review effective immediately. It was sent to top prison healthcare officials just 3 months before the state concluded its audit on forced sterilization in California prisons. They knew we were coming, said Hannah Beth Jackson, the former state senator who requested the state audit. I think that memo was clearly in response to either way they knew was going on or what they needed to do in order to assure that they were covering their rear ends and make sure the doctors and providers understood that indeed consent was required in advance. California in 2021 passed a reparations law carried by Assembler Wendy Carrillo to acknowledge the wrongful sterilization of thousands of vulnerable people, according to the legislation. Since then, more than 75% of applicants were denied reparations, according to the Compensation Board. Damn. Among the applicants who volunteered their demographic information, the majority self-identified as Black or African American. The Compensation Board approved payments to just 118 applicants as of October 4th. KQED and UC Berkeley's investigative reporting program previously spoke with 6 people who had ablations and whose applications were denied by the Compensation Board. At least 4 of the ablations were ordered by Heinrich. Carrillo, a Los Angeles Democrat, acknowledged the rejections and delays during a hearing in August. For all of the survivors and individuals that still have a pending case, know that you are heard, you are seen. The Compensation Board cares about what happened to you at a state institution where you have been denied the opportunity to be a parent, to be a mother, that you should have been your choice. That should have been your choice. The Compensation Board is doing everything it possibly can to ensure that you have an answer to your appeal. After the Compensation Board's 4th denial of Buffington's application for reparations, her attorneys, Wood-Sun Hong and John Moore, filed a petition in the Alameda County Superior Court, arguing that the board's decision was not based on the law or science. She is one of 4 survivors to sue the Compensation Board. Included in Buffington's petition was a declaration from Cynthia Chandler, an attorney who helped draft the law and who now works for Alameda County District Attorney Pamela Price. We collectively and deliberately choose not to define or limit the methods of sterilization under which survivors could qualify for compensation, as we appreciate that there are many different methods by which reproductive capacity can be destroyed. And we did not want to inadvertently exclude a qualifying class from recovery under the compensation program, wrote Chandler. That was a terrible thing that happened to us, and it doesn't deserve to be overlooked. Jenny Buffington. Judge Michael Markman on June 25th ruled that the Compensation Board abused its discretion and interpreted the reparations law too narrowly. He found that an endometrial ablation meets the requirements for compensation because there was no evidence that Buffington gave her informed consent prior to undergoing the procedure. So you got to understand this. You have to give, it must be informed consent. They could not produce a document that she signed to give them consent. Understand that. That must be given. It must be given before that procedure is performed. You can't just perform the procedure and not give informed consent prior to undergoing that procedure. Additionally, Markman wrote that the online medical source the compensation board relied on to support its justification for Buffington's denial did not suggest that the fertility maintained after the procedure. He ordered the compensation board to reconsider Buffington's application without mistakes of law. Roughly 2 months later, the compensation board approved her application. The court determined that sterilization is unambiguous and is the permanent inability to reproduce. The compensation board wrote in its decision to release the money. The court sided with Jenna B. and determined that all procedures that result in sterilization are barred where there is lack of informed consent. Last week, 4 months after Almeida court ruling in her favor, she received her payment. I felt like some justice was being done, that I was being seen, Buffington said. That was a terrible thing that happened to us, and it doesn't deserve to be overlooked. Advocates for the survivors commended the court decision, and it's a first step to opening the door for relief for others who were denied. The ruling indicates the need for wide sweeping justice that was not met, Chandler said. Will the board release reparations to others? Today, Buffington works as a certified peer support specialist for the People in Recovery and an assistant director at Footprints Around the World, Inc., a nonprofit organization that serves homeless and low-income families in Los Angeles. She plans to put away the money she received in reparations for her retirement. This is one of the cases where an underprivileged person who doesn't have anything was prejudiced and treated like a number and then set aside, said Hong, one of her attorneys. To me, it's significant that a government agency acknowledged their mistake, but it's also sad that it took a court order to rectify their mistake. This is terrible. They were hell-bent on denying this claim, I believe, because they know they have failed an entire class of people. Attorneys Cynthia Chandler, who helped draft the law. Terrible. Chandler said she's glad that the court put a monkey wrench in the compensation board's process. They were hell-bent on denying the claim, I believe, because they know they have failed an entire class of people. I hope this ruling provides some level of precedent to force the compensation board to be accountable. The compensation board has not said how it plans to apply the court order to other survivors who were wrongfully denied reparations. Without a new policy in place, advocates have expressed concern that survivors could continue to face barriers to receiving compensation, including time, money, and legal resources. I'm anxious to know what this means for the hundreds of other survivors who were denied because the state said that the procedure they had was not sterilizing, said Jennifer James. As an associate professor of sociology at UC San Francisco and member of the California Coalition for Women Prisoners who had assisted survivors with their applications, I hope that the compensation board will proactively change their decisions and award them compensation so that they don't have to seek legal support. So I thought that was a good read. You should, I'm going to stick this link in the chat. If you have anybody in California or know somebody who went through such, who are not able to have children, procreate, you need to give them that article so that they could file in their state and first ask them if they had that procedure and if they indeed filed a consent before the surgery. But that's that for that one. So
that's deep.
Yeah, that was something else.
They took the right to bear children.
Hey, y'all.
Women who were incarcerated.
Yep.
And that sounds like, to me, what we had heard, what was going on, what was it, 2012 or 13, about how the women of Kenya was being subjected to sterilization.
Yeah.
And this right here clears that up for me, because now I know how they were doing it in Kenya. They were doing it to these women in these prisons first. This is really disturbing.
Mm.
You would never
Yeah,
think
it's a hot
something like that
mess.
was going on in your own backyard, but I shouldn't be too surprised.
Mm. So the you want me to do one of yours now?
Yeah, which one? So I can get my brain
Oh,
together.
okay. Here's something really quick. Let me go through these two real quick. They're not quick. I just want to give the audience this.
Okay.
So they'll have it. Um, Bruce Peck recalls ready to eat meat and poultry products due to possible listeria contamination. And this was on October 9th. Bruce Peck of Durant, Oklahoma establishment is recalling approximately 9,986,245 pounds of ready to eat meat and poultry products that may be adulterated with Listeria monocytogenes. Oh shit. This is where we need meta. The U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food and Safety Inspection Service announced today the ready-to-eat meat and poultry items were produced from June 19, 2024 to October 8, 2024. These products were shipped to other establishments and distributors nationwide, then distributed to restaurants and institutions. Information regarding product labels and the list of products will be provided when available. So I'm not going to read all this, but I am going to put the link in the chat because, where did I go? I'm sorry. Because this site, I want you as my audience to get alerts from the site. It's USDA Food and Safety Inspection Service. And you can get you could set it up so that you can get what do you call it? Links, notifications right to your cell phone, to your email. Select all so that you know when you go into these stores. And this is where all the recalls are coming from. You get it quicker here than you do on the damn news. So this is why I don't go Copper. This is why why I don't, and moving away from meat, and I damn sure won't eat no meat that's ready made. You know how they be having that meat in there that's already made.
No, that no such thing. That's why you go to the meat market, you purchase your meat, you eat it, you cook it, you eat it, and call it a day. But you don't buy no ready-made nothing.
I ain't even eating no meat, man. I don't trust shit based on what Meta was telling me about these animals being born with these damn diseases. That shit is scary.
Diseases, and what's that other thing he mentioned? Ulcers. That kind of crap.
He was saying how some animals are already born with leukemia and all this. Oh God, it just scared me. And how the hell are we gonna know this?
We wouldn't.
Who's gonna tell us this? They're saying that with this right here, this ready to eat meat particular, the problem was discovered after FSIS performed routine product testing of finished product containing RTE poultry products produced by Bruce Peck. So that's the producer's name, and confirmed those products positive for Listeria and monocytogenes. Subsequent FSIS investigation identified Bruce Pack ready to eat chicken as the source of the Listeria monocytogenes. So let's see for 1 second. So I want to check something. I want to pull something up. Um,
I wonder if Bruce Pack is on Forbes 500.
I don't know, but
I didn't get a
I'm gonna
chance to
read.
look at that, but I'm gonna look that up too. Because if they're in that Fortune 500, oh, we know who they are then.
Mm-mm. And so I say when you this is things that when you go to your doctor when you're feeling sick, and I want to know what are the signs, symptoms of listeriosis, a bacterial infection usually transmitted through food. You get fever, muscle aches, nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, headache, a stiff neck, confusion, loss of balance, convulsions. Symptoms can last from days to weeks, depending on the severity of the infection. Mild illness are often not diagnosed. People are not in high risk categories usually have no symptoms. Pregnant women may experience a mild flu like illness, but listeriosis can lead to miscarriage, stillbirth, premature delivery, or infection of the newborn. Listeria is especially a concern for pregnant people, the elderly, and people with weakened immune systems.
Damn.
So, um, yeah, so look it up. And oftentimes, after you eat and you got a stiff neck, you feel confused, a headache. Oftentimes, people think that they got like a little flu, but it could have been this shit could be from something you've eaten. So now you got to really start understanding your body. I'll be looking up every damn thing. So just because you got a fever, muscle aches, nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, headache, stiff neck, confusion, loss of balance, and convulsions, don't mistake that shit. Don't always mistake that for a flu. You need to mistake that for symptom of listeriosis or a bacterial infection. You know, so you got to ask the doctor to check for that. So that's one. The other one is this one. This is why I want you guys to go on this site and set up your alerts. So when you're going to the grocery store, honey, I all they got to do is tell me one time something is infected, like Boar's Head. You won't see me buying nothing from Boar's Head ever, ever. FSI. Here's another public alert. Ready to eat cranberry chicken salad products due to misbranding and undeclared allergens. The U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food Safety and Inspection Service, that's FSIS, is issuing a public health alert for chicken salad products labeled as cranberry chicken salad due to misbranding and undeclared allergens. Oh, let me let Meta on. Hey, it's saying, hey Meta, it's saying misbranding and undeclared allergens. The product was labeled as cranberry chicken salad, may actually contain classic chicken salad, which contains wheat, unknown allergen that is not declared on the product label. FSIS is issuing this public health alert to ensure that consumers with allergies to wheat are aware that this product should not be consumed. A recall was not requested because the affected product is no longer available for purchase. So, I want you guys to subscribe to this website and get all the alert notifications. So that way, and tell your friends to do it as well. Look on here and you'll see all the recalls. So I already gave you the site so you can get all recalls. I'll put that in there again. And look at all the recalls. So when you go to the grocery store, they got recalls that's backdated. Once I recall, I'm not buying it ever again. I just can't. It's
No,
disgusting.
you don't even know what's gonna come in it.
I know.
You know, ever since they deregulated, ever since they started deregulating, hey Meta, ever since they started deregulating all of this stuff, we started
What's
having
up?
all
What's
of
up,
this.
Copper?
But
Hey, thanks, Meta, for coming on weeks and weeks ago. Um, you have really made a lot of us start reading the start reading on the packages of what the ingredients are in there, and then able to look them up while we're in the grocery stores and knowing to leave that crap alone where it sits.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So I have
yeah,
to say thank you, even though we heard it all the time, we just wasn't paying attention like that. But you sent up an alarm, a real one.
yeah. I was just trying to make people aware, sir, that it's a situation with synthetic. We have a synthetic situation with people, and we have those that are non-synthetic, and it's right inside the grocery stores. And once we consume those synthetic products, it's not that it changed your genes. The problem is it silences your genes. So that's why a bunch of the melanated community look like walking zombies in the world. The genes are shut off. It's not that the genes changed or transferred to another species gene. Not necessarily. What it's done, it changed it silenced the genes. And when y'all get done, I'll be able to build on what Mr. Carper Aboriginal was talking about, because I have some slides to show you guys how, if you would like to make your own genetic person or genetic vegetable or fruit, I'll be able to kind of let y'all see step by step how simple it is and what they're doing. Then it's placed inside your grocery store for sale.
Damn.
okay. So I think you should go ahead and into that since we're on the food part of the section.
Oh, okay.
What you think, Copper?
I would agree, because I was just getting ready to say something to Meta um, years ago. Well, really wasn't that far ago. Meta, I had finally retired, right? And I was a truck driver for Ford, delivering automobiles. So one time I had to travel all the way from here, delivering loads out to California, and I had no clue that lemons grew out in California because I had never been out there. I'd never seen anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And these were wild grown lemons, and I never seen a lemon this big. They almost look almost like the size of grapefruits, because that's
Yeah.
what I thought they were. Be honest with all y'all in the chat and on the panel, I thought they were grapefruits, and I thought I was being slick because I done pulled over and I started picking them up off the. I started picking them up off that tree that they grow on, and so I had about 6 of them. I said, "Oh yeah, now I can cruise along and have me some grapefruit and not get caught that I done got me some free ones." Man, I ate one of them bad boys and it wasn't nothing but a lemon. I said, "Oh, because I didn't know." So I got to thinking. I said, "Dang, these are real lemons and they swole up like this." And when we get them at the grocery store, they are. I forget what they call it when they get that small. They dry it out.
Yeah.
You they dry it out until you all eat a real lemon, like I did. You don't know what one of them really tastes like. They good, but they sour, but they good. And that's about it on that one. I just slipped up and had to got them, but I wanted to let you all know that lemons are not small at all. We've been
Yeah.
getting them dried up ones coming into the Midwest. But them people out there in California, they getting them, and them bad boys is huge and they good too. Like
Mm-hmm.
I said, I thought they were grapefruit people. I mean, it would have looked like to me, but it wasn't. A darn lemon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So okay, so let me see if I could just do metabolic. What he was just saying about the grapefruit looking like the size of a lemon. Okay, so let me share the screen so y'all can see this real quick. Okay. Sister Bethy, you see my screen?
Not yet. You got to present and hit it. Remember?
Um.
No, David, I didn't make no lemonade. You funny, man.
Okay. Can y'all see it now?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it now. You got to hit what you're actually gonna share. Oh, okay.
Okay. So this right here is called metabolic engineering. So we finna see is exactly what I keep saying. We have real niggas here. We got fake niggas and fake people. This is no disrespect. This is no disrespect to anybody watching that's Caucasian, Chinese. This has nothing to do with that. We're just going to show you the difference and how simple it is for me to insert that VMAT2 gene or any type of genes or what copper or aboriginals was saying. He said, Dan, they telling you what's in the back of it, but we might not be supposed to consuming this, but the lemon look like a grapefruit. But did y'all ever have a real lemon look like that size before? So let's figure out how do we, if we want to do this, because if you want to put the power inside the people's hands, we finna have to dig inside the academic world of metabolic engineering for starters. So this is metabolic engineering. This is dealing with the metabolism. So anybody that go in that grocery store and eat those synthetic foods, what you're doing is decoding and is rearranging your metabolic engineering. What's going on? This is a whole search of science many probably never heard of. So that's why sometimes I say science, sometimes I say physics. But if I crack the crater open, and we start, if you say, "Hey, Melda, I want you to do a segment on what are all the sciences of physics that we're unaware of," there's a whole list of it. So when I say science, physics, chemistry, applied science, I'm not talking about one phrase. That there's a ton of different styles, should I say? I'm gonna say styles and types and stuff like that. So right now, to build on Mr. Copper Aboriginal, this right here is metabolic engineering. And the reason why the brothers and sisters, some of them, even if you want to start your own nation, inside that nation, you want to have somebody that specializes in metabolic engineering. Now, this is how much you say they charge if you want to put your own ad in there. This is $5,000. It's not for the article. This is if you want to put something up there. So this is big business. We see Science Direct in the building, multi-billion-dollar company that's built off of it's not just what you see as far as articles or journals. No, it's huge laboratories with multi-billion-dollar equipment. So this right here is metabolic engineering. It's a big deal for those that want to put the stuff inside aisle 9 in Publix. So what we want to do is let's see how can we start our own. Let me see. I'm gonna do cinnamon because Sister Betty said something about they putting lead in the cinnamon or something like that. So what I will do is I will come over here. This right here is one of the strands of cinnamon. This is called cinnamon acid right here. This is a derivative of this family right here. This is by Springerling. Now, if you want to get the DNA and the genetic code from this, they're going to make you pay $40. And we're talking about this is for one sheet of paper. This ain't a whole book. This is big business. It's for you trying to get in gene manipulation, any type of manipulation of the enzymes of a person, product, or fruit or vegetable. So this right here is $40 for this little article. So what I did is I already have this. Let me see, I have a picture right here. So within this article, the reason why you're going to this article is not to read it. We want to go in this article and get the genome out here. So I have a picture right here. Let me see if I have a picture so y'all don't have to
God, dog. Hey, Monica.
Can y'all see my screen?
Yep, I see it.
Yeah, you can make it a little bigger. There's a plus. Go up at the top right there.
No, on the right hand side up there where the plus sign is at.
Oh, wait a minute, my screen not blowing up.
Yeah, it's blowing
there you
up.
go. Yeah, there. Yep.
Perfect.
Okay. The only reason why you would pay the $40 is because you want this thing right here. This is the gene bank. We want this right here. We didn't go inside here to read all this other stuff. We're trying to manipulate the genes so we can come out with our own cinnamon and change some enzymes in it. So the article, the front of the article, so everybody can see it, it would look like let me see, it should be this picture. Okay, right here, this picture right here. So within this picture right here, that's the front of the article. Y'all just seen that with the front of the magazine, the journal. So what we did is we bought it. When you buy it, it look like this right here. So
Blow it up.
the reason why we bought this, we're not really trying to read all this. We probably understand all this
Okay.
once we get in tune with this. What we want is this thing right here. The thing I showed y'all that's highlighted. I highlighted so y'all can see it.
Yeah, that was in blue.
The
Yeah,
Condon Optima.
we want this. Let me blow it up again. We want
There
that
you
code
go.
right there. Okay, so we finna take this code. So now let's say I took this code. I'm finna take this code, and now I'm finna go ahead and let's see what we can do with it. I'm finna slide with the code, and we finna go to GenBank. Wait a minute.
Sister Bethy, thank you.
Wrong one. We're gonna play that nigga later too. Hold on. Yeah, we got. We're gonna play that
I'm
nigga
tired of
later.
you.
Yeah, give me a second. Give me a second. We have to play the fair card. We have to play fair card so he can let everybody know. Don't you want your eyebrows as straight as your hair? Because he talking about genetics. Okay, so we finna go over here. We took that code, that highlighted part. We just took that code, and now we finna slide over here. We finna go to GenBank. Let me backspace because I'm already ahead of y'all. Let's say we took that code. Let's say we go in here. You clicked on GenBank. That's the same site I showed y'all. Remember, I clicked on this button here, and I showed y'all a prokaryotic, and nobody even know that this even exists except for those in genetics, but they won't put prokaryotic with niggas. Okay, this is the same website I've been showing y'all. This is the prokaryotic genome. So anything about the pathways, metabolism, RNA, blah, 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 you can get that over here. But today, we're not going to get on that today. We're going to use GenBank so we can put that code in eventually. So this GenBank, when I go in GenBank, I'm going to put in the code. I already had the code in there. It's this right here. We want this right here. We want to manipulate the phenylammonia lysine gene. Because this about genes. Since everybody keeps saying, oh no, metal going too far with these genes, we all came here at the same time. No, we didn't. Somebody genetically modified these genes. They doing inside the Publix grocery store. Don't think that the grocery aisle 9 is the only thing being genetically modified. They genetically modified the people that you walk in amongst. They're called humans. Real niggas ain't called no humans. So
Ain't that the truth?
yeah, so they did is and again, this ain't no shots to anybody foreign. This ain't got nothing to do. You can be Chinese, you're gonna get something out this work right here. There's nothing against you. This right here is the gene. We want to put this gene inside the cinnamon. And so this is what we're looking at right here. Might be foreign to people. It describes everything about it. We had the authors that put this together. Title, journal reference. And then we have all this, the proteins involved, translation, and stuff like that. These are the genetic codes right here. ATGGACCAAA. So these are your amino acids. So what I would normally do, I would copy and paste all this right here, for example. Let me see if I just get this. I'm going to copy this. We're going to go back up here, and we're going to go to faster. This is the gene. This is really what we want right here. This is what we want to copy and paste. I had did it earlier, but I'll just do it again. This is the gene for the phenylalanine ammonia lysine gene. And anytime y'all see ASE, that's talking about an enzyme. So lysine, enzyme gene, whatever. So we want this gene. This entire gene y'all see makes up this thing right here. Phenylalanine ammonia lysine gene. And so we would normally take this right here. We would copy and paste this right here. And this is why I'm trying to tell you that the Borgs, anybody that made some people, you can't make people without a computer. You can't just say, I'm going to take this gene out, I'm going to make the skin white with SLA42AC gene. You can't do that without a computer. You have to have a computational system that's very, very precise so you can get all of these codes. So this is how we know those that made the Moors, those that made the methyl-karyotics, they had to have a computer. They had to have software. They had to have what I'm showing y'all right now. They had to have something like this. Of course, theirs is way better because they're entirely more advanced in society that y'all are in today. But you know, they had to have something similar like this right here. Because what we doing is we finna change the gene. We're trying to add a gene or take away a gene from the cinnamon. So then from there, I will come over here. This is a site. Let me pull this up so everybody see it, because I already jump started and went to the thing. This right here is called Integrated DNA Technologies. Now, why all of us and everybody talking about they want the land back and all that, it ain't gonna do no good unless we add this into the tribe and into the nation, because this is what they're doing to give you the food that you eat and that you unaware of. And so this is called Integrated DNA Technologies. They're not the only company, but this is the company we're gonna do. Is called Codon Transferee. So let me go back. This is big business. So when y'all say big pharmaceutical companies, okay, you're looking at them. These are tools, gadgets, and laboratories that put their work on here. Because what we're going to do up here, we can buy enzymes. We can purchase an enzyme and stuff like that. People heard of CRISPR gene editing, and the CRISPR is a tool to allow you to add a gene, snip a gene off, delete a gene, and stuff like that. These are all tools that we're looking at. They do different things.
Damn.
But what we finna do? We finna go over. I already logged in. I'm already logged into this site. So what you would do is you'll slide on over here and you may use their tools. Let's go over here. You'll go to their tools and then you'll come over here to gene, because we're doing fragmentation, genetic manipulation. So we'll go to fragmentation and go to codon optimization tools. But I already have that up here already. So we're gonna go right on over here, and then we're gonna do the codon optimization. And then normally what you'll do is you'll copy and paste. There it is. We put that in there, and then we're gonna try to optimize this. And so from that, it should pull up. It should give us a whole sequence after that. Select a second organism. Oh yeah, the organism. So the organism we're gonna be utilizing, it say right here. Let me see. It should start with a Y. It's a Y that go with the. There you go. That's inside that specific organism. So this is very specific, because this is like you walking down aisle 9 in Publix, and this thing tastes. I like the way it tastes. Yeah, but the taste was all encoded into it, because this thing is saying what organism that I would like to manipulate or I would like to communicate with. And there's a whole bunch of these different type of organisms and stuff like that. So I chose the Yarwia lipolytica, and that's since trying to put this or optimize this enzyme into the cinnamon. And so now let me see if it will optimize it now, because I chose an organism. Should do it by now. Because we don't have the people to see what's actually going on. To say the word GMO and say people clone, those are words, but to actually get to the nut and potatoes and stuff like that, how it works. So these are the results. These are all of the coding that comes involved. So what we want to do is we have different tools. Like we will then come over here, because I know this would be a long presentation if I actually do all of this. But what we'll do is we'll take that data from there, and then we'll come over to snap gene. And what then you see this.
Cloning is smarter and better. What the?
There it is. They put it right in your face. The future of cloning is smarter and faster. So
meta. Wait a minute. Right up underneath that heading in the small letters. Because I was taught to do things with the small letters, because that's what gives us what we need. Right there. Yeah. Now back up. Go back up. Up on right there up under smarter and faster. Improve your core molecular biology procedures and improve
your results. Yeah.
Man. Oh no.
Yeah. Improve molecular biology. Man. Improve your molecular biology and your procedures, and then improve your results. And this is what I'm trying to let Sister Bethy and people know. By the time y'all say I got my piece of land and I got my we got our restitution, whatever it is so late, because everybody who don't look or have the genes as you, they're genetically modifying the food that you eat and the weather. it's too late until you do this yourself. Because this has been going on for a while now. Now that you have software and computers, you're able to, get very close to doing this via. So we'll take that gene, because it'll take me a while to even do it. But we'll basically take that gene that we came from over here, because it already sequenced it for us. These are the results. We take these results over here, and then from there we'll go to snap gene. And
hey, wait a minute, Meta. Let me answer something in the chat. Roy Davenport, put the three of them in the chat. Man, mankind, and human. Then you had an answer to the question that was stated. What is man and mankind? You have to have all three: man, mankind, and human. Thank you, man. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right.
Yeah, I just want people to understand, when y'all hear the word human, they ain't talking to y'all.
Nope, sure ain't.
Y'all keep thinking this, but y'all are unaware of the program that's happening. And for people that say, why is Kamala, or Kamala gonna let the immigrants over here? Y'all don't understand that they all have the same genetics. It ain't about the real niggas in America. It's not about that. So if they let somebody cross the border, the Mexican, South American, or Chinese, because the Chinese been sneaking from China, they've been catching flights to Costa Rica, and they've been going through Mexico, and they've been paying the cartels to go underneath the border. So a bunch of people coming across Texas border, they're not even Hispanos. Those people are Chinese. And some of these people ain't regular people. They're military. So they've been sending the militia over here for everybody over here.
I said it weeks ago. I told everybody, and I'm going to say it again on this live chat. Allegedly, I'm going to say that. Allegedly, y'all better make it to them stores and to them and get as many bullets that you can. You can play around with this if you want to, but don't go crying later on that you need some help, because ain't nobody coming.
Yeah, because they also, so we'll put it up, because you'll better see over 20 million Venezuelan people from gangs and jails. They released them. So in Venezuela and Peru and Brazil, they have released and let the people out of prison go free. Now there's over 20 million. This is on record. You can fact check. This is over 20 million immigrants from prisons from South America. They are now in America now.
What about the military they let over here? That they
the militia.
Yes.
The Chinese militia is in the building now. They are all over in the U.S. What their position is a different story, but they're in the building. So I'm sad to say this: it don't matter who you really vote for, because when people say they're gonna let the immigrants over here, well, the immigrants are already over here. They're called Caucasians. They already over here. The immigrants are the Moors. They already came over here. So that's what I'm saying. It's a different situation where the people of the land have to focus on this type of information, so you can make your own food. You can genetically modify different things. And I can get inside. Let's take it a step further. Let me take a step further. So we got this tool right here. We would go over here, and then if I were to go inside here and copy and paste that, I would start changing the genes and stuff like that. We go use tools like this right here. Let me see, the other one we use called the Gibson assembly tool. This is right here. I would use this tool right here if I was to put the end. So at the end of a chromosome or the end of an enzyme, I would use this tool right here, and I would add it to this base pair. That would the BP base pairs. I would add this. It's for the ends of the DNA. So I will come to this thing right here. Let me go back so y'all can see it. This right here is called assembly tool. And it's called Gibson, the Gibson assembly tool. And so geneticists will use this, or anybody in cellular microbiology may use this to attach a gene at the end of something. So this is a nice assembly tool. So step 1, step 2, step 3 process. And then from there, let me see. We would also use what's called a let me think off the top of my head. Oh
God.
Yeah, we're gonna get that was the board right there. We're gonna get in the building. We will use also the CRISPR on and off tool. That's another one. So this right here is called the CRISPR on and off tool. This is another tool, so you can attach a gene. to turn it on, switch off or on, and there it is. So you see this right here, it says an on or off switch for gene expression. So when you eat genetically modified foods and liquids, it don't matter if you put it on your face or your skin or your feet. It don't matter. It can switch off your gene expression. This is not exactly what this is telling you, but I'm telling that you're seeing this in the literature. On and off switch for gene expression. This right here is just a tool called the CRISPR-9. It's an on and off switch for gene editing. But I'm letting you guys know, you see it right here. Off and on switch for gene expression. So that's why I was saying that when you eat these GMO foods, it silences your genes. And that's why we're seeing the niggas in America, are in a zombie state. Y'all look at the people looking at the Caucasian, man and woman, the Chinese, they are already synthetic. Their zombie state is different. It affects the real nigga from the land way more than it affects them, because you ain't supposed to be around nothing synthetic, because it will switch your genes off. It's different. And so it looked like the melanated tribe in America are up under a zombie. They like walking zombies. It's not all of them, but we're talking about the high ratio are walking zombies. It's because the genes have been turned off. And so this right here is just a tool to allow you to switch a gene on and off by doing editing and stuff like that. And so let's go back over here. Let me see if I can go back over here, because this is another reason why they have these things I showed you with Springer Link. This ain't the only company, but there's another bunch of companies. Like I started the bill. This is all up on the metabolic engineering. That's all we're doing at this point, because I'm trying to get people to understand that ain't nobody that's from the land of America, as an example, and you have prokaryotic, or if you don't understand prokaryotic, you ain't finna tell me I had the same metabolic system as you, because I'm showing you how to engineer the metabolic system. So you can't tell me that somebody from the land of America had the same metabolic system as the Moors or the Caucasians. No, you don't. It's impossible, because I'm showing you how to engineer it yourself. So that means that somebody else, like I keep showing y'all, let me show you. When I say the Borgs, this is what I mean by the Borgs. Him. This is played by your boy right here. You know, he lost his role in Marvel Comics because him and the white girl got in a fight. So he lost his, that's what Sarah Jonathan Majors has been replaced. So this is Kong. So when y'all say Genghis Khan, I was trying to tell Genghis Khan is not a biological person. When I showed y'all Genghis Khan, let me show y'all. Let me see the black Genghis Khan. When I showed y'all Genghis Khan, I was trying to show y'all this the entire time. Y'all remember Invasive Species? Don't forget about that. Hold on.
Oh boy, oh boy.
So when I was saying Genghis Khan, this is what I meant by Genghis Khan when I was showing you the tech and the scalar weapon that was right behind you the whole time. This picture. Forget about the whitewashed ones. This one right here. Let's see if we can blow this up. This right here is when I showed the bill. It was a while ago. And this right here, let me see if I blow this up so everybody can see. Yeah.
Damn.
So the reason why I was bringing this up is because I was showing why is he up? That's Genghis. Forget about the whitewashing. That's that nigga. But that nigga ain't no full biological nigga. As for me, I'm inside material science and nanospectroscopy in such fields of material science. We build stuff, we actually engineer. So like I'm hands-on with this stuff. So when we saw this years ago, we already knew what this was, and this one that I'm circling. The thing that they hold, even this, look at this thing on their head. This ain't a hat. Even Genghis, this is not a hat. This is not somebody wearing jewelry on their head and they to look cool. This ain't that. These are scepter scalar interferometry devices. This thing
Look what he's sitting on.
Huh?
Look what he's sitting on.
Yeah, I brought that up. And I was telling Sister Beth, like, that's not a chair that he's sitting on. At any given time, he could push a button. This thing will get up and move. This thing will get up and move. And so, yeah, this man is not up here with this, you know, he got a piece of gold on it. That's not gold. That's a plasmoid device. He's not up here to look cool as we see people today just go to the jewelry store and wear a piece of gold. No, you're in a trance state. That's the reason why that's a big movement. Go buy some jewelry and put it on. Let alone you don't even know how the metallic or the crystals even work to your advantage technologically.
David said it looked like a toilet.
Yeah, like a toilet until you push that button, he gonna put you in the toilet. He gonna put you in the toilet. Hey, if this board push any button on this thing I'm circling right here, the ends of that moon crescent, because that's not a moon. So this right, you say, wait a minute, that is a crescent moon. That's not a crescent moon per se. When you're dealing with what's called photonic engineering, or you're dealing with what's called metamaterial engineering, the curvaceous and the geometry of the product allows the electrostatic or the acoustic sound or any type of energy that's being emitted, it allows it to come out a different way. So the crescent that y'all see is not the crescent. Even this little thing right here, we seen this because we designed stuff that look just like this. You see this little, it's like a rod in the middle, but it's an oval around it. And so the reason why I know he had that oval around that is because right here at the bottom of his hand, if he pushed this button that's by his hand somewhere, it's going to send a huge electrostatic, or it can send a magnetic, or it can send a scalar interferometry, a very high power. It could be a radiant charge, whatever the energy form is. When he pushed the button, it's going to come up that little skinny rod right there. The reason why you see this little oval, this little round shape around the middle part is so the radiation don't emit and come out the way he at. So if you push that high power button, it's like lightning. A little lightning strike, a bolt can come out that crescent moon right there. The reason why he had this little circular design around it is so the radiation can be withstand. What we call that, let me pull up so you can see it for yourself. What we call that is that religious gene. We call that a super insulator, topological insulator. And we use this to keep, there we go. So this is topological insulators. We use this so we can withstand radiation, or we keep the charge so it don't escape out. This is now hidden inside the campuses. MIT, Berkeley University, maybe a few of them are now getting hip to this. But you see right here, it's called a new class of materials. This ain't no pseudo, this ain't no theory. This is stuff that you can buy, get your hands on, and get started. So it's not a theory. It's called topological insulators. And we deal with this, and we put this around things so we can keep the charge or keep whatever we're trying to keep inside. It could be sound. We keep it inside. It's not a conductor. It's an insulator. And so that's the reason why at the bottom of y'all shoes, y'all have plastic. And that's why people are getting sick. Because if you put the shoes on your feet, at the bottom of the shoes is plastic. The plastic is an insulator. And so when you're walking on the ground in the dirt and the grass, it can't even give you no radiant charge because you put plastic at the bottom of your feet and you call them shoes. But that's an insulator, and it stops you from getting charged. So
yeah, because it's rubber or plastic, one of the two.
One of the two, rubber, plastic. And so people are actually getting sick because they're not putting their feet on the ground, and the plastic that's rubber or plastic, like he say, is actually an insulator. So let me go back to Mr. Gangers over here. So this thing that y'all see right here is a topological insulator. So when he pushed that button, because somebody said that's a toilet he's sitting on, hey, that's a toilet he's sitting on. He finna push that button, and if you don't cross that room, he gonna zap you. Nothing gonna happen to him because he has a topological insulator over here. And this thing right here looks like a full AI robotic system right here. So this right here have meat and flesh and roboticness in them. Who you looking at is this right here. That's who you looking at. You see this Kong up here? Kong, the Cocker. Okay. But when y'all hear about the Moors, you have to say Genghis Khan. You can't say coat of arms. You have to say the Khan. When y'all say something like Yaqub is not a nigga. You looking at a Yaqub. Yaqub is a Borg. This is what I mean by Borgs. And I told Sister Bethy to make sure everybody see this so people don't think I'm talking about a robot. I'm not talking about a robot. And look at him. You see this? Look in the pharaoh gear. So that's why when I hear people say that the pyramids have pharaohs, I don't believe none of that. That's all. I don't believe nobody was over there in no Africa and they was kings and queens and they over there in the pyramids and they just kicking their feet up. I don't. No. But if you have this on and you go and say,
Hold up. This is what we're looking at are Borgs.
Borgs. Yeah, because
Cyborgs.
this dude right,
Cyborgs, right?
yeah, cyborgs. Because this dude right here, he played the cyborgs in Marvel Comics. This is Jonathan Majors, and the reason why he getting replaced because him and a white girl got in an altercation, and it was caught on camera outside his car. And so
No,
they're
whoa, Meta. Hold on, brother. Let me explain that. Let me do it. This is what happened. He was trying to get rid of her. She clowned on him right there in Brooklyn. And he tried to keep her in that rented vehicle they had so he could just leave. She was not going to let him leave. So he ran off from her and she chased after him. This is the first time y'all ever seen where a white woman chased after a brother and he get convicted.
Yeah.
And you got to understand, she just wasn't no ordinary white girl. She was from Sweden, I believe. I'm just telling y'all, when you tell that story, you got to really look at that story because
you can see the video camera. He trying to go back, and she won't let him go. So you can look at the videotape on the corner.
Yeah, and then when he tried to get up in the hotel room where he was at, she wasn't gonna let him get up in there, and he had to leave and go. And then when he come there, she on the floor.
Yeah.
And then it made it look like he had beat her up and all other kind of stuff. If he did that, why would he wait on the police to get there?
Yeah.
So, you know, when you really, the news media will tell you one thing, but when you look at that video, you'll see he trying to run from it. So you either run from that thing or you run to that thing. Either way it go, you're gonna get charged. I see it.
Yeah, and if y'all see this wasn't that long ago. This a few months ago.
Yep.
So he played calm. Yeah, he played the cyborgs in Marvel Comics. You had the other dark skinned boy in Star Wars, Jonathan John something. Baudelaire, forget his name, but in Star Wars you got the other brother. He don't play cyborg. This dude plays cyborg.
And they telling you right there in the heading what it is. I don't think nobody paid no attention to this. It says the Conqueror.
That's why I keep showing people. So the Khan. So when y'all, let's go back over here. So when y'all, this is what I'm trying to get you to understand that. Now let's get to gene editing. You see these people down here? These people came out the labs. I'm trying to get y'all to understand. We got a man. Man, look, we're not finna act. No, so what we not finna do is act like, like at the bottom, it says Prince Michael of Russian Prince was passed between fires. This ain't got nothing to do. It says Batu Khan stabbed him to death. So let me tell you what I see and what we see what's going on. They're acting. Why are they acting? Look, we got a man from Tibet here. We got a Chico. We got a white guy. We got different ethnicities right in front of you. Did somebody get stabbed? I'm not saying they didn't. I'm saying that look at the clothes that most of them have on. Some have different attire on. This look like they're acting. What I mean acting is when they came out the gene edited facility, they had to give them culture. So this is why in America, they gave the Puerto Rican or the Asiatic man your land. Why? Because when they gave them your land in America, they gave them culture. So now if you look on YouTube and talk to a Chico, Puerto Rican looking or Asian in America, they really do want to tell people they are the Chickasaw tribe or somewhere in Nebraska, somewhere as an example. They are acting. They are all acting. Some of them know damn well they're not from the tribe of America, but some of them really think they are because they've been acting for so long. We talking about since the 1800s because they ain't been in America in the 16th and 15th and 16th, 17th. The Caucasian that y'all see in America, they only, and not just Caucasian, those that look Asiatic, those that look Puerto Rican, those that got a little tan on them, even mulattoes, they was not over there in no 16, no early 17, no 1500s. The dark-skinned Moors were over there. So when you see people this type of gene and skin type, and it was in America, no, or anywhere, no. They had to give them culture. That's why you say, well, how do they know how to speak a Gunkin language? They taught them your language. They gave them a language. They gave them clothes to wear. And so they're acting. So when I see something like this, And this dude up here, he just chilling. He know the genetics of these that's down here. And this right here that he's sitting on can move. This entire chair can move. This dude over here is the hitman. That's not a real man. That look like a robotic AI. This is a man. But when you look at that, you looking at something like this. You looking at something like this, the dude in the middle, that in the forefront. That's what you looking at. So that's when I say Borg. This is what I mean when I say Borg. He does not have this hat on to look cool. This hat it has to be an interceptor quantum interference device. It's a device that will stop any incoming of any frequency, wavelength, any type of incoming. And he does not have anything to look cool on. None of them do. But the reality that y'all are in, that's what everybody do. They just want to look cool and stuff their well.
Wait a minute.
So y'all are in an inverse trance. Y'all in a trance state, an inverted relationship with reality.
Whoa, wait a minute, Meta.
Wait a minute, back that up.
Wait a minute, Meta. You're right. And I'm gonna show you where you can find that same device that's sitting on the Khan's head. I'm gonna tell you where it's at. It didn't dawn on me until you just said that. You remember Magneto?
Yeah, Magneto.
When you pull this picture up and see, don't you see that same device on his head?
You talking about from X-Men?
From the what do you call them? X-Men, yes.
Yeah, X-Men. Yeah, that's the whole point of showing you X-Men also. It's to show you yeah, right there.
Watch this, y'all. Watch this.
You talking about the hat, right?
Yep. Look at him. Tell me that's not the same one right there on that first picture right there.
Yeah, it'll do the same thing. Even
It's
if
the
it's
same
not
one.
Yeah, even if it's not the exact same design, they do the same thing. Like
It's
right
to
now,
it's to keep
like
them
right now, everybody supposed to have this on their head. If you want to be technical, something like this. Why? Even if yours is not as advanced as his structure, let me pull him up. Because nobody in high advanced technological intelligence wear clothes to look cool and smooth. That's only happening with everybody that's on the surface. Everybody was in this little small regime. Anybody that's rocking this whole attire, he is not wearing this to look nice, sexy, and cool. Everything he has on has a specific purpose as a device, and it does. The thing on his head, if you ask me, everybody should have something in their head. Why? Because y'all have cell towers everywhere. When y'all go in a restaurant, y'all go to Publix, there's so many different bandwidths of artificial and uncoupled frequencies. It's going straight to your brain. You don't have to have the phone in your head for the frequency to go to your brain. You could just be inside a facility. It's like a Publix, because everybody got a cell phone on. And Publix have Wi-Fi in the building.
You saying niggas need to start walking around with that hat on?
Because what it does, it stops any of that anything to be able to penetrate you, to get you to do what they want you to do. Because this is what they're doing to us. And we're not paying attention.
Yeah.
Because I kept wondering, I said, why do certain people do certain things? And you may not be of that, but they constantly trying to get you to do bad things, and you feeling bad, and you decide you're going to go along with them, and you the only one to get caught up? Oh, no. It's because of something like this.
Yeah, you up under, so like he's saying, if you don't have this shield on, and this shield, let me pull something up. This shield is not a hat. This thing is very, very important, man, because let me show you. Let's do acoustic metamaterials. So again, I don't show no theories, I don't show I show y'all what's happening, because I'm an engineer. So
somebody just got in the chat, read in the chat, it said, someone, I don't know who it is, I think it's Amani, the diva, said, it's a frequency war against us. Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's a frequency, but it's a bandwidth. So because when we step over to bandwidth and we don't just use frequency, we're gonna get very specific, because the bandwidth is gonna tell you exactly. Because because frequency is just something that goes around something, cycle per second. But when we step over to wavelength and bandwidth, that's something different. Let me give you an example what I mean. I'm gonna go right back to this. So let me show you what I mean by wavelength and bandwidth. Hydrogen. Let me show you what I mean. So instead of we just saying frequency all the time, how the majority of everybody does, we want to get very specific. You see this right here? This says 21 centimeters. That means that if I have a piece of copper and I make the diameter 21 centimeters, I can connect to hydrogen. So again, I'm not even using frequency.
Whoa.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not even talking about frequency is a misnomer. It's not. We can't use the term frequency to engineer advanced devices or innovate them or stuff that we fix. If something go broken, I can't use the word frequency to fix nothing. It might be something wrong with what's called the wavelength or the bandwidth. Frequency is just something, how many times something make a cycle to go around something. But I'm not even using the word frequency. I'm telling you that if you make something that's 21 centimeters in diameter, you can automatically connect with hydrogen. So let me go back over here. You see this thing got in his hand right here? That pole can be 21 centimeters. He can shoot a hydrogen gas bomb at you. I'm just telling you because the diameter of the pole he has is very important. He don't have a stick and he don't know the measurements to it because everything you measure is connecting to some type of particle that's around you in real time. So he could have this rod at 21 centimeters because this device, when he push it, it can be some type of hydrogen scalar laser. He could be using hydrogen as a laser of hydrogen. And so right here, I'm not even using frequency. Like I said, I'm using 21 centimeters because, everything that you do has what's called a counter space. And this is called counter space physics. And they don't really deem this too much in regular colleges. You may have to go to something like Caltech technology colleges, a college that's only based on technology. They would most definitely be in tune this. But if you think about just going to any college, you're going to be privy to this when you go study physics or material science. Not really. It's those that
Meta, not to cut you off, brother. Sorry.
Hold up, y'all. Wait a minute. Mic check. Can y'all hear us?
Yeah, because I was gonna say Choctaw, Montana, we live.
Yeah.
Hey, could y'all give us a 1 if y'all can hear us?
Put a 1 in the chat, people.
Amani, I said she could hear us. I wonder if everybody else could hear us. I'll know by a 1.
Yeah, we got 3 1s up there. 4.
Yeah, checked out. Maybe you need to go out and come back in. Okay, yeah. They can hear.
Yeah, we good.
Hear. Go out and come back in, Choctaw.
Okay, y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because what I'm trying, listen, man, I'm trying to break the spell for it's too late. And so some of the terms that we use, especially the people, this is not just the brothers and sisters. This has to do it. It could be Caucasian, Chinese. It's very few that understand the difference from frequency, bandwidth, and wavelength. So the majority of the terms that come out of everybody's mouth is frequency. But frequency is not really how things actually work. Frequency just describes the amount of time something went around something. That's it. But we can't really only use frequency. So what we want to do is say, how can we design something to connect with something of frequency? Because now I'm connecting with the frequency. It could be hydrogen as an example. So that's what I'm saying. So the way I would to make design something, that what we have to do is take consideration, what is the diameter? Like how round is the metamaterial or material that we're designing? And stuff like that. So hope this answer build on what the sister was saying. It's a frequency war. It's bigger than a frequency war because let me show you something. Now you see the hydrogen. Let's go back to what she just said. It's a frequency war. Now give me the hydrogen resonance. Now this is what it's also about. This really was about the reason why you had them phone. Let's look at the hydrogen resonance frequency. So the hydrogen resonance frequency, that's say 1.4 blah blah blah. It's really 1.4 gigs. But wait a minute.
No, Roy, I don't.
1.4 gigs. But wait a minute. That's a 21 centimeter line I just showed y'all. But why is 1.4 important? Because that's what y'all phones is killing y'all with. Y'all don't have 3 or 4G. If anybody want to check the phone bandwidth, it goes from 1 to 6 to 5 to 4, even beyond. And the reason why the phones is dangerous, why I keep saying, is because you have water and hydrogen inside your body. If the phone is at 1.4 gigs and 2 and 3 gigs, it's re-rotating the oxygen molecule. And so let's do what she says, a frequency war. Yeah, it actually is a frequency of resonance, because once it resonates with the molecule in the body, you now die faster. You don't live to 80, 90, 100 years old like the great people did who wasn't around these devices. They are now getting inside the resonance of, they're now resonating with the molecules inside the body. And so we could just take a look at, let's see what oxygen resonant frequency is. And because this right here is also important, because let me see the resonant frequency, because this is the real reason they gave y'all the phones. It's not just to research or get in tune with the internet. It's stuff like this. So this say 60 gigs. So we see at 60 gigs. So some people like, oh, we don't have 60 on our phone. Don't worry about it. That's what 6G all about. When they give you 5G and 6G, you ain't much got to worry about that. You damn sure going to get to 60 or 70. But when we go down the oxygen
molecules strongly absorbed.
Because now let's just say the water resonant frequency. Because everybody got water in the body. But now look, now you're in trouble. This say 2 gigs. I'm telling you that your phone is giving y'all 2 gigs. It has to give y'all 2 gigs. So wait a minute, give me 1 second real quick.
Resonance frequency of water, referring to the frequency at which water molecules most readily absorb electromagnetic energy, is approximately 2.0 gigahertz. Oh no.
Yeah, and y'all, everybody have water in the body. We know that. Yeah, but the problem is this. Every time you had a phone or laptop, guess what? It's re-rotating your water molecules. And if you re-rotate the water molecules, it's opening it up to allow viruses. It's allowing that up to destabilize your water molecules. That means your whole body is being translated to a whole different, it's being mutated just by having a phone. 2.45 gigahertz responds to one of the liquid molecules rotational. Because if they re-rotate yours, you don't live that much longer. That's what I'm saying. They don't care nothing about nobody saying they want the land back. They don't care nothing about that. What they care about is if you really trying to do a campaign and you trying to get people, the government to stop the phone from radiating, because they can actually stop the phone from radiating. Apple can stop the radiation from the phone and the laptops. They on demon time, so they're not going to do it. But when somebody say they want reparations, they don't care nothing about that, because ain't nobody going to be around for the reparations in 3-4 generations anyway. You ain't going to be here because you have something that's re-rotating your water molecules in the body. So like she was saying, it's a frequency war. Absolutely correct. Because if they could do that, they could do mind control. When y'all sleep by these phones, when y'all get a software update, it's absorbing your brain patterns. It's very simple to get inside the near infrared zone. And they can absorb the brain patterns if you're at least 5 or 6 feet from that phone being charged when y'all sleep. They're recording everything y'all do. And and stuff like that. And why y'all sleep, they're also emitting frequency to the body. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, nothing. I'm just saying, oh my God. I'm just like,
Okay.
Now it's what if we just should we turn it off when we go to sleep, right?
No. That don't do nothing. No, even though the phone is off, it's still on. You need to go take it and put it inside the dryer.
No, I've heard that. Yeah, he's right. If not the dryer, the refrigerator.
Yeah, put it, because the wash and the dryer is an aluminum-based thing. What aluminum do is aluminum can is diamagnetic. And so it can bounce the magnetic frequency from the phone, the EM field, and it'll contain it. So that's why I say put it inside.
Can't you just wrap it up in aluminum foil?
You could do that, but still go take it in the living room.
I gotta go all the way downstairs.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go downstairs, put it in the bathroom upstairs somewhere. Just don't have it in your room.
Okay.
Yeah, don't have it in the room, man, because and let me let y'all understand the reason why they want y'all data also is because there's companies that know what to sell y'all. When y'all get on y'all phone, advertisement pops up. Y'all don't even know that your phone popped that up. Your homeboy that was next to you got a different ad because they already know what y'all like. The phone is telling them everything y'all do, what y'all like. It's getting your heart rate. It's getting your near infrared brain signals. It's getting all the information. And so this is big because big companies, they buy this information so they can advertise to you. So that's another reason why they have the phone by you also to know to sell you and stuff like that.
Amani cutting up in the chat. She ain't playing.
Yeah, so to pull this back up real quick, that thing called acoustic metamaterials. This is metamaterials that can block sound. It can even make you invisible by using acoustic metamaterials to use sound also. And so this is something that's very important when you start to want to block sound or make sound invisible of your presence. So we started all this leaning towards the so now let's get back to this. So remember I told y'all about the VMAT2 gene. We all heard about the VMAT2 gene. The VMAT2, the cocaine, and amphetamine. Now, I'm trying to get you people to understand. Everybody who you see might get hooked on coke and dope. That don't mean that they had the VMAT2 gene. They could have been influenced by somebody that did. The reason why cocaine and amphetamine is a big deal across the world, it ain't just the U.S., because somebody, let's go to somebody. Let's go to that somebody. Somebody know what genes y'all have. And so if you have that VMAT2, vesicular monoamine transporter 2, you're looking at it super sensitive to cocaine and amphetamine. You're looking at it. They did a full report on this. They didn't give nobody cocaine just for the money. They get a cocaine for mind control and other type of controls also. They ain't just the money now. But they go in depth with this full study. They actually make you pay for probably the whole thing. This might be free. Sometimes they give out free articles and sometimes they don't. But it's a very, very in-depth study that if you really want to get inside the data, no. It's gonna take you a little while to, because you have to look at unfamiliar terms and then stop what you're doing and then go research a little bit. It might take you. Oh, go ahead.
Oh shit. Excuse my expression.
Oh,
Now it's making sense. Sister Bethy know more about it, just like I do. Some of y'all weren't born yet. But you heard of the man. But it never dawned on me why they came after this man so hard and imprisoned him twice. I didn't know it was twice. I always knew it was once because of police chase and they imprisoned him. But James Brown, I don't know, and I know a lot of people don't like James Brown. I'm one of them, but hey,
I like him. I just don't understand when he talk. But go ahead.
He made one tune that I could understand every word he said, and it blew me away just to hear it. And I'm gonna tell y'all the name of it. Write it down, listen to it for yourself, and everything Meta just said about this cocaine stuff, it's gonna hit y'all real hard. The name of the tune is called King Heroin. That's King Heroin. I remember this tune from when I was a little boy listening to this. Now it's making sense what he said in that song, and the way Meta's breaking this down. He's doing it the same way James Brown did, but Meta's doing it on a scientific level. James Brown was giving it to us on the street level.
What did he say in the song?
He's telling you how heroin controls you. They called it King Heroin, and heroin could go anywhere and didn't need a passport, but he was sought by everybody. This heroin could take the way he said it. This drug can take a beauty and make her neglect her looks and make a schoolboy forget his books. This drug can make you beg, borrow, steal.
Yep, crack does that too.
This is what he was singing about, but in his day, it was heroin. In our day, it's crack. It's the same thing. You got to hear this song. I'm telling you, when you hear it, it's like you're in church. I know y'all don't want to hear it like that, but it is. It's a gospel song for us.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
correct.
Go to the
Yeah.
VMAT 2.
And see, that's what I'm saying. Wait, what the boards are very. Listen, man. Anybody that's still talking about, everybody had the same genes. I just walked y'all in how to take a
That's
gene off. I can get in depth with it. I do that maybe another episode. I can literally walk y'all through how to gene edit and do all that. If I'm showing you in this day and age, and anybody is saying that's impossible, I'm trying to get you to upgrade your perspective so you can see it's not really that impossible. It's very simple to do this, and to take and give somebody the religious gene, while those that don't, I walked you through how to do step by step by step by step. Even introduce uh tools, because all we're doing is this thing right here. We're doing metabolic engineering, and anybody that's interested, and that's why I was saying what Sister Bethy's doing to introduce to everybody, to at least get their feet wet inside maybe algebra. You're gonna need some of that stuff, because once you crack this journal open, it's very much simple to do so. So when you get inside science, or let me not say science, when you get inside metabolic engineering, when you get in biology, cellular microbiology, there's still some type of calculus, and there's algebra involved, and they also have other type of exotic math involved, but it's not too far-fetched. It's once you come inside where I'm at, when you get material science and physics and all that, nuclear physics and engineering, it's a whole different ball game with the math. But this right here is very, very simple. Is you need basic fundamental level of calculus or algebra, because once you crack this metabolic journal open, it's gonna hit you on what you can do, how you can change what you want to change, and you'll be able to explain why it worked with your equation and stuff like that. Because this right here is a journal that will put the power in your hands. If you own a piece of land and you want to, even if you want to come out with your own strand of a plant or something like that, you're going to have to get inside what's called metabolic engineering, because maybe you want to grow some crops in the winter, but the crops you want don't grow in the winter because it get too cold in Connecticut. Maybe you want some Florida grown fruits and vegetables in Connecticut. And so you would do is you would change the metabolism engineering of it, metabolic engineering. And then you'll be able to do something like that, to exchange a few enzymes using a few of these tools. Like, when I showed y'all this thing right here, because they have a whole, I just showed y'all one thing. There's a bunch of tools that they have on here.
But you showed us, all right, you showed us how to get the formula, which I'll call it, and paste it. But how does it come out? So that's like if you remove something that's
like this right here.
Dangerous.
So that's what I'm saying. It would take me a little while to do it, but you look at, here go a picture. So this right here is called snap gene, and we're gonna snap the gene on. Like you say, improve your molecular biology procedures, improve your results. So this is what it'll look like. It's a picture right here, what you'll look like actually. And now this picture is another one, and it'll show you exactly what gene was deleted, what gene did you add, and what the company gonna do is they're gonna send it to you. So after you do all this right here, and you say, okay, I like that, I want to move that amino acid, I want to move an enzyme there, I want to attach an enzyme to the DRA 111. Huh?
I said I don't get it now.
I don't, because you're cutting off.
Okay, look, after you do this, Sister Bethy, you gonna
slow down, Meta. That's what it is.
No, you just gonna have to start over so that everybody in the audience could listen with there's no interruption, because we're all over the place. We keep jumping everywhere. So if we can get it from if we can get it, if we get it from A to Z without interruptions, everybody will be on the same page.
Okay, so we'll start with metabolic engineering. That's what I'm showing you. When we say VMAT2 gene, when we say any other genes that others have that you don't have, it's because one of the things they did was called metabolic engineering. That's why little Ray from the hood can eat a whole bag of chips and don't gain no weight. But if the Chinese boy try to eat what that boy in the hood eat, it's different. It's because his metabolism is different. That means that somebody metabolic engineered somebody else differently from you. Now today you can look at this in real time and do it yourself. And it's just that you're not allowed to do what I'm saying on people, even though it's happening. You're not allowed to do this on people. So you can do it on plants. You can do it on even that to a certain degree of animals. This is why I'm trying to say y'all have domestic animals, cats and dogs. Somebody changed and metabolized and engineered differently, and the genes and the enzymes. So you're not allowed to have a wild animal. Why? Because the government is saying we need to genetically engineer the animal that we want you to have. Now you go to the pet store, you can buy it. You want to get a rabbit, little cat, little dog, you know, a ferret, look like a little squirrel, you get all that. Because they already did this. They already did metabolic engineering for starters. And so what we did is we went ahead and went over there. We said, you know, we want to change the cinnamon. We want to add something to the cinnamon. We want to add an enzyme, or we want to take an enzyme off. And we did. We went to Springer Link. This company right here specializes in all the facets of biology. It could be even technology, computational science. You're gonna see this name Springer Link in a bunch of the academic of science, applied science and physics. But this is what we're trying to do, and they're not gonna give you what I gave you. You're gonna have to pay $40. So this is not even a book that you're getting. They saying if you want to look at the rest of this article, it's $40. So what I did is I went ahead and copied and pasted because I already have the stuff out of the article, the stuff that you really need. And that's why I showed y'all this right here. Let me see. That's the highlighted part. That's what we needed. But the beginning of the article should look like something like this. Once you pay maybe $4, it should look. Let me blow it up for y'all. It should look something like that right there. So this is what they make you pay for. They make you pay for who did this and how they did it. But I didn't need all that. Well, what I came to get is this right here. I needed this little code right here. The thing that's highlighted. This is called the codon optimized DNA sequence. I need this sequence because I'm trying to change the cinnamon sequence. I want to change it. But this is what I really needed. This is called the plasmid and strain construction. And so I needed this. And so you go right here also to Gen Bank. And so that's why I went over here to Gene Bank. Now this is the same thing I showed y'all when I went over here, maybe like three weeks ago. And I showed y'all prokaryotic National Library of Medicine. And so again, this is not for the average person to just go on here. This is for those that's in genetic engineering, or they're geneticists, or cellular microbiology. Those that's really in the lab doing such work, they will come over to the Gene Bank. That we call it the Gen Bank. And you can also get some data of the cellular microbiology and the pathways, or whatever you want to know about the prokaryotic. Thank you, is right. Yeah, you see it right there? Prokaryotic genome, eukaryotic genome. So you can come over here. But we're not using that for today. We came over here because we wanted to get that. So let me just push the back button so I can back it up to go forward. So you clicked on the bank, you went in here, and I think, dang, I forget what I put in. I typed in what I typed in. I was very specific what I had to type in there. Let me see real quick, so you can see for yourself. I had to pull this up. Let me see, so y'all can see step by step. Let me see. I think it's K. Let's see, K35. Let me see. I'm looking through my notes real quick. Okay, I had K Y, spell it K Y. This was the gene representation inside that article, KI 20 33339. And so I'm looking for this right here. And so when this pull up, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the phenylaniline ammonia lysine gene. That's what I want. And earlier I showed y'all all the descriptions they give for it and stuff like that. This is the gene. This is the origin of the gene that's at the bottom. But I really came to click on this right here. I need to check out the FASTA. I need the FASTA data. FASTA. So I came to the FASTA data so I can get this. This is what I want. So I paid that $40, or you would pay the $40. I'm trying to do what I did. I went and got the 40. Yeah, I checked the article out, but I really needed this thing right here. So I need to copy and paste that. And once I copied and paste that, I went on over here. My session timed out, but I went over to here, and I went to let me see. Did I go to codon? I think I went to codon. I'm going to codon gene expression fragments. I'm doing optimization with codon tool. I just gonna make me log back in. But anyway, yeah, I think y'all remember this picture right here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
You
so
paste it in there.
yeah, this space right here. If y'all just go back maybe 15 minutes, I had copied and pasted, and I put what organelle I was trying to.
The IDT codon optimization tool was developed.
Oh, minute. Yeah, I tried to. I went back. Just go back, and you'll see when I copied and pasted. And once I copied and pasted, it gave me a result. The result it gave me, I was gonna take it over here to snap gene, because now I'm gonna snap that onto something. I'm gonna snap that on the enzyme. It's gonna look just like this picture they're showing y'all right here. This is the exact picture they're gonna show you, and it's gonna show me all the enzymes. It's gonna show me the proteins that I added on there. And the reason why I did all this and I added what I wanted to add on there is because next I'm going to tell them I'm gonna go back over here to codon optimization. I'm gonna go back over here and I'm gonna order it from them because they'll sell it to you. PCR, qPCR, and dPCR. These are other tools, so you can attach genes also. So maybe I'll do that another show to get all into the mechanics of all that. But these are all tools also to attach or detach or to get some type of analyzation of the project that you're doing. So these are also tools also. But the biggest reason we did all this is so we want to buy it. They're gonna ship it to you in the mail. Excuse me. You're gonna take the new specimen, and then from there you could grow it. You could do what you want with it after that. So the reason why we did all the stuff we did, and I actually showed y'all the let me see. I think I showed y'all the Gibson assembly tool. For those that want to add something to the end of the new thing y'all built, the new protein, the new enzyme, the new genome. This is called the Gibson assembly tool, and the Gibson assembly tool allows you to add stuff to it. So SnapGene got the simulate Gibson assembly tool, but I'm showing y'all if y'all to type that in. The company that I just went to, Genius have it, but I went to SnapGene, they have it also. So I'm just saying that the Gibson assembly tool is not one tool. It's a methodology or a technique. So other companies have the Gibson assembly tools also. Right here, what is the best way to design primers? And so that's basically dealing with to design your own protein. You want to design your own codon. And so this is just a tool to allow you to do that. And I'm trying to show people that it's not far-fetched at all to say people came out of the laboratory. I'm showing you right now to design your own plant. Let me go back over so y'all can see something also what I want to bring up. So we go right here. Let me back on up. Let me see. Let me back on up. Let me back on up. Let me see. Because what we want to do is look at, I want to show somebody, I want to show you something else now. Let me see. I'm going to show y'all how much, let me see when it go about people. Let me see. Do I have it up? I think I had a window up. Do I have a window up? Okay, so right here, let me show you. This is called genome. This I already had it on here. So this right here, I forgot to share this. This here go with that also. This go with this also. So this right here shows me the pathways. This is the window I was looking for. This how also I knew what gene I was looking for. So this right here is this is the cinnamon or these are the compounds. Okay, so this is that compound I showed y'all. The compound. This describes what it is. It describes its oh, I take that back. No. This got to do with mushrooms. I did something different. This got to do with mushrooms. So you see a thing called psilocybin. So anybody do mushrooms and shrooms and stuff like that, you know, the thing that get y'all high, something like that, that's called psilocybin. And so this is the compound of psilocybin. So let me walk you through because I want to show you something. I click this right here. This is called genome.net, create compound. And so here, I'm going to look at psilocybin. That's the name as you see right there. And then from there, what did I do? I think I clicked the thing, went forward. This right here is the genetic makeup of it. So this right here is the endo-alkaloid biosynthesis of that psilocybin that's in the psilocybin that's inside the mushroom. And what this thing does is showing you piece by piece of the metabolism. Again, when I showed y'all metabolic engineering, This is what you're looking at in the flesh right here. You're looking at the engineering and the metabolism of a substance. So this is how people metabolize information and foods and liquids differently. Somebody changed that with those who don't have melanin as example. Chinese, Japanese, is Espanol. They changed their whole metabolism. That's why when niggas do push-ups and work out, they get muscles faster. Everything comes faster to them. It's way different. Their mTOR receptor, I get in there also. Their mTOR receptor. The mTOR receptor is what gives you muscle mass, and it gives you muscle at a fast or slow speed. The mTOR receptor is way different in a nigga than somebody that's in South America or somebody in Europe somewhere, because somebody specifically genetically altered the metabolism differently. So we're looking at right here. This says as soon as we get the party started, we're looking at tryptophan. Tryptophan is everywhere. But the arrow showing tryptophan is still, it goes to tryptamine. The tryptamine, it can then slide. These are steps that make this. This came here, it came on down, it made, go to the right, it transformed. It went from L-tryptophan, it transformed. All the way down to tryptamine, it transformed. All the way down to 4-hydroxytryptamine. Let me stop right there. So let me click this button right here. So now I want to look at the process of what this is, what we're looking at. This is why I'm trying to say that you have to have had a computer and technology of computational software to make and design people. And if they had that, I'm trying to get people to understand, to design these megalithic structures from pyramids to star forts. Those are not buildings, or the cathedrals that y'all see, those are not regular buildings, because the mathematics and the measurements that they had to do that, the arcs, ain't no Moors came over and did nothing like that. You need to have a digital computational system and a calculator to do these type of measurements. But we just using this over here. So we see, we're looking at the, when I click the button, let me go back so I don't lose nobody, because I went off on a tangent. We went over here, we started with the psilocybin. Remember, right here. We started with the mushroom. This the mushroom, y'all. Y'all like to popping the mushrooms. This the genetic structure. You're looking at geometry. This psilocybin. We're finna go on here, and we're finna go ahead and look at the genetic metabolism of that mushroom and how does it work, piece by piece. So we got tryptophan. Everything got tryptophan. The dog have tryptophan. Domestic and non-domestic people have tryptophan. And the tryptophan go to L-tryptophan. It slide on down to tryptamine. We go to tryptamine and go to, it's called 4-hydroxytryptamine. These are all the steps that it goes to. It go to psilocybin, come on, it goes back over to psilocybin, it come all the rotate back down, and it comes back. This right here will show me what's happening, for example, when it goes from that to that. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna click on L-tryptophan, and it goes down to tryptamine. I'm gonna click this button right here to get some data on that transaction. And it shows me all the transactions, what happens and stuff like that. But I want people to see is this thing right here. You see this thing right called HSA? I'm finna put the 1644. This thing is saying what? Homo sapiens. You people. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What I did, I wanted to compare. Let me go back again. What I'm doing is I'm comparing this process right here. L-tryptophan, the L-tryptamine. I'm going to go right in the middle. Before this transaction take place, what other species, plants, animals, dog, cats, and rats, I want to know what other species go through that same type of metabolic engineering. Okay, let's scroll on down. Let's go to genes. Is it the Homo sapien? Because these are all, because if I hit this thing, if I show all, it's a whole bunch of them. It's too many to name. But we want to go, because people saying that the people that y'all walking amongst each other ain't been genetically modified. Yeah, they have. I can show you what's inside of them. So this right here is not talking to a real nigga. This is talking to Homo sapiens. I'm not no Homo sapien. I'm not a human. But pay attention. I told you y'all was not humans, because they put in parentheses. Because if you don't go by a human, you got to go by Homo sapien. Homo sapien means you just came out genetically modified laboratory, but they don't want to say that. What they do is say it's Homo sapien. They came out of 1 million years ago, out of nowhere in life. That ain't gonna cut it. That is not going. You're not a caveman. Ain't no pale skin, Caucasian, Chinaman, Espanol, Spanish. No, you ain't walk out no cave, no 2-3 million years ago, and then we just gonna slap this label called Homo sapien. No. You are called a human because you just hit the surface. These is your genetics that I'm looking at. What I did is I want to see how similar are you to that plant called psilocybin. It's for the L-tryptophan when it translate and go to the other type of tryptamine. So I'm able to get the data on the actual human that's walking amongst you, and I can see what compare and contrast that you have with that mushroom, how you metabolize. There's a whole bunch of data. And this again, remember I copied and paste the genome. Well, this is the exact genome. So now I don't want nobody get no ideas on how we can clone some people, because you ain't supposed to be cloning people. But you know, y'all see me copy and paste this, and I took it over to the codon optimization tool. I can optimize your gene. I can optimize your gene. I slap it over here, and use the codon optimization tool. And you know, I can get to work. I can start doing some gene editing and all that. And when I'm finished with it, I tell integrated DNA technology how much it costs. They're gonna send me the specimen in the mail. Now, this right here was based off of what? People. Let's see if I can find it. This was based off of people. Because y'all see me copy and paste the cinnamon gene. Okay, they gave me the gene for y'all also. For that specific transaction of L-tryptophan when it go down to tryptamine. So I'm just showing, look at that, cocaine addiction. How many? Cocaine addiction, amphetamine addiction, alcoholism. Look, they have the human broke down. Now you niggas, they gonna give y'all this also, but this ain't how y'all metabolite information or products. But this is how you're able to, when you walk inside of a lab and a geneticist or a cellular microbiologist, any of that nature, metabolic engineers and so forth, they have to know and get this type of information. They have to get this information more definitely.
So with pause. So would that same read be is when you die and they do a autopsy?
What you saying now?
If they when they do an autopsy,
yeah. What about an autopsy?
Where you get a read like with the blood? Well, what you know when you die?
Oh, you saying when they get the blood and you die, and they find out how you really died? You saying that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll most definitely get the blood, and they'll be able to know, you know, did you die of a drug overdose? Like, what did you really die? So that's why they really want the autopsy. The autopsy is very important because they're going to take that to the lab, and they finna see what is in the blood that wasn't supposed to be in the blood and stuff like that. Yeah, they might see that they're trying to see what the dopamine levels or serotonin level we see right here. Dopamine and serotonin metabolism. They might want to see the levels of it. They want to see all this other type of stuff to really get a clear analyzation of how did the person really die and stuff like that. This is how people say they convicted somebody of murder and the person was there, and the person say no. The investigator said, how did this person die? And the person said a bogus statement like they just fell out. Okay, they finna take that. They finna analyze the blood. If they find drugs or they find any type of puncture wounds or something like that, that's when they might go and say, we're finna hold you and arrest you 5 days, 10 days later, because we did an autopsy on the body and we was able to get data from how the Homo sapien metabolic state is and whatever for whatever reason. So the reason I'm showing this to people because this has nothing to do with just plants. This thing said that when I want to look at something like this, we're gonna take it back. We're gonna take it back. When I want to look at anything, any one of these processes, the arrow will show you what something turns into. It turns into. If I want to look at and compare when these things turn into something, I can compare that to the Homo sapien. Why would they have the Homo sapien up there? Because this is all about, this is their program. This has nothing, the program you in, you're not a human. You will not get equal rights. I don't care what you vote, who you vote for. The program they related worldwide that y'all are in has nothing to do with y'all. This has to do with the synthetic, the methyl-carotase. This is why they gave them the credit. This is why they gave them the money. This is why they gave them the school academic system. They gave them this because this is their program. So when you want to learn about your biology of your body and you picked up a biology book, it ain't telling you nothing who you really is. Because the biology that you're reading about yourself, even if you're a gynecologist, it don't matter. That's not speaking to the woman that's from the land of America. It has nothing to do with her. But you're using their sciences to fix yourself, and that'll never work. This program was based and built upon for them. And when you keep saying, let me in the door, the white folks won't let me live in their neighborhood. You should never want to do what they're doing. Oh, we want equality. Equality for what? You're not going to get equality, because even the biological system, when you learn of the anatomy of your body and how it functions, there is no doctor out right now that went to med school, and inside the med school, this thing y'all looking at, they show y'all the actual metabolism or the biosynthesis of the alkaloid of the nigga. That does not exist, because the program of reality that y'all are in, it has nothing to do with y'all. This is all about the people that recently came out the facility. Coat of arms came first, the Moors came second, the Caucasian came in the late 1300s, the Middle Eastern man and the China man, the people y'all see in India, they came in the mid 1700s. This program is all about them. So when they go and check this type of stuff out, they can get a better reading as to why they're in the condition they're in, or what they need to make, or what's called biosynthesis. What do they need to synthesize? What type of drug do Big Pharma need to synthesize to give them? Because y'all is not supposed to take supplements. Y'all ain't supposed to take no supplements. Y'all not supposed to take no medicine. You get you silence your genes. If you're a real nigga, you silence your genes once that doctor gave you medicine. Once you start taking supplements.
So the stuff that they give you for healing is for their healing, not yours.
It all depends what stuff you're talking about. Because if it's natural organic stuff, that's for you.
Talking about medicine.
No, the medicine is for them.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah, all medicine is for them. There is no medicine that you're supposed to be getting from them. I don't care if you say you got thyroid problems. You might have thyroid problems because you're not getting enough iodine. That's the main reason why you got thyroid and hypothyroid, your thalamus and your thyroid. You don't supposed to get medicine. You're supposed to get iodine. That's why the government took iodine off the market. You can't even buy iodine right now. So you need iodine. You need foods that have they're rich in iodine and stuff like that. You can get an iodine crystal. Let me show y'all something. Let me take it right on over so we can go a little further than this right here. So you can go to and get the iodine crystal, and you can use this crystal. Let me use boom. So we have iodine crystal. This iodine crystal, it turns to vapor at low temperature. Let me put room temperature. This thing is very cool because this thing can give you moisture at a room temperature. So iodine crystals are room temperature. And so let's say the government say we ain't gonna let none of y'all buy it inside the store. Y'all got to get it how y'all live. Okay, you can do this and watch this. Let me show y'all the damn what coil that was. Give me 1 second. Let me look at this book real quick. Back of this book real quick. Let me see. Let me show y'all something real quick. Because I'm showing y'all how you can use crystals and how y'all can use this with a coil. And they say they won't allow you to have some inside the grocery or the medical store. Okay, let me show you how to use the coils. So I can get this same iodine crystal. Let me see if I find the other book. 1 second. All right, we're gonna call Lukowski. So let's look up Lukowski coils real quick. Let me show you a small setup. And this is not hard to build at all. It ain't hard to build at all. Lukowski oscillator. I pulled this up on the show before. This right here. Oh, wait a minute. Keep pulling. Okay, let me see. Let me show a picture of it. Okay, you see? Okay, here we go. You see this right here? Somebody got a YouTube video on it. Okay, here's another one right here. You don't need this whole device. You don't need this whole machine. The reason why you look at this is called the Lukowski device. They never gave this to the medicine world. This is way back in the early 1900s. A physicist came out with this heals the entire body. So you'll sit in this chair right here, and they will emit microwave bandwidth or whatever bandwidth to rid cancer. Because let's say you have cancer, and the cancer is all in the cells. The reason why you see 2 of them and not 1 is because we have 2 of these type of pancake coils. You can make them 180 out of phase. And when something's 180 out of phase, it doesn't call radiation. The phone that y'all have is not 180 out of phase. The phone is killing everybody because they did not put a receiver on it that's 180 out of phase when the signal comes to your phone. But when you have 2 coils that's the same wavelength, same frequency, they're 180 out of phase with each other. It's another thing also I'm forgetting about. When this is in line with each other, this cancels the EM field. This is what you want. And so just by having at least those 3 things right there, 180 out of phase. And 180 out of phase mean this. This is at, let's say, 20 seconds per second. This is going to be at 20 seconds per second. The reason why we have 2 of them, because we're going to shoot them at each other. It's going to make them out of phase. We call that 180 out of phase. If we make it 180 out of phase, we can cancel the radiation that's going to come from the EM field or any field. So this is called the Lakowski device. This is very powerful because it's not about having this big one. You can construct one of these for like $50, $60. It don't cost that much. You need these type of coils. You need these type of coils right here. It's not so much this big device. You need these specific type of coils as an example. Because then with these type of coils, what you can do is go over here and that crystal I showed y'all, the iodine crystal. Because some people say, man, I'm short of iodine, my throat, because your throat has T1, T2, T3 receptors. Let me show y'all that real quick. And I'm going to go right back to this. T2, T3 receptors. T2 and T3 receptors. And this is inside the throat. And if these things don't get enough iodine and selenium, this is how you get, there you go. Your thyroid hormones interact with the thyroid hormone receptors. If that T2 and T3 does not get enough selenium and iodine, hey, this is why we have women that can't sing no more. Hey, ain't nobody women gonna hit the Whitney Houston high note. It ain't happening. Hey, you know how women used to sing back in the day in the 1950s and 40s and 30s? Ain't no women can sing right now. You wanna know why? Because women are low in iodine in their throat. The T2 and the T3 receptor is depleted from the woman. So this is why we see Rihanna and all the new age women, they can't sing. They can't hit none of them notes. Why? Because they don't have no iodine in their system. And so the government don't allow you to even buy iodine. It's not that it's poison. They know that iodine is the most important mineral that you most definitely need for the body. You need it for the throat. And you have to have the T2 and T3 receptors. They have to be on point. You have to have enough selenium.
Oh, nothing.
Oh, you have to have enough selenium and you must have enough iodine. They have to be equally balanced. You cannot have a bunch of selenium and you don't have no iodine. You're going to get I forget right now, I can't think of what it's called, but you're going to get a malfunction in the throat. And it goes to the brain also. You just don't know that it's happening. It's happening down to everybody. It's just different degrees on which it's happening. But you got to have the iodine because you have to get this in check, the T2 and T3. Those things mitigate the hormone and even the vocal box. So when that woman want to hit that high note like Aretha Franklin did, you can't hit the Aretha Franklin notes no more. You can't hit none of them notes that women did back in 1960 and the 1930s. It's impossible. Why? Because you don't have the iodine. And so let me go back. This is why we need the iodine. So let's go back to the crystal. So the government said we ain't going to sell y'all iodine. You can get it and extract it your own way, however you want to get it. Okay. Iodine comes from seafood. Iodine can also come from black walnuts. Black walnuts is something you did not eat no meat for. Walnuts, black walnuts, and when you eat the seed, always eat the seed. If you eat a watermelon, eat the seeds. The seeds have iodine in it. Don't throw the seeds away. Chew them seeds up. They have iodine in it. So the iodine crystal, what we're going to do is set it right here between these 2 coils.
Oh, yeah, question.
All right, go ahead.
I was always kind of scared about eating seeds up. So ain't no watermelon going to grow in my body, is it?
There it is.
What?
There it is.
What?
It's impossible for something to grow in your body. Your body is going to drink everything you need. We're talking about gold, silver, iodine, selenium. Everything that y'all buy in a jewelry store, platinum, it's inside the seed. You don't supposed to spit them seeds out because the reason why the seed has to have everything I said, because that's what built the fruit. The fruit itself might not have iodine levels or high iodine at all, but that seed do. When y'all see a shellfish, the reason why that fish have a shell is because iodine built the shell. So iodine is what makes the shell on a sea creature. Iodine is also used to make the shell on your nails and keratin. Iodine is used multifactionable, but you have to have this. So if you get this crystal and you shoot a frequency through it, I'm gonna have to go on another show and show y'all step by step and how to actually do that. But it's a way that you just use these two coils and you get what's called a small frequency generator. Let me get this right here, frequency generator. And when we get a frequency generator, we can tune, we're gonna sit right, before I go on the next page, you're gonna sit right here in this chair. You're gonna have that cord right there, you're gonna have that cord right here. Instead of buying this big device y'all see right here, and this big old device, you get your little small handheld one. So we're gonna get us a frequency generator, because we're gonna generate a specific frequency. And then from there, we're gonna put the crystal between the coil. We're gonna get us a small frequency generator. They don't cost that much. Some cost a bunch, some of them don't. But you'll get your frequency generator. This one right here also, you see people technicians, even car technicians. I have to have this people that's inside material science, cell microbiology. You done seen this device. Well, let me just put it up. Let me put up an oscilloscope. So y'all have seen this before. So y'all could, it's a multifunctional device. And you can generate. Y'all seen these things here before. So you'll get a signal generator. These are signal generators also. Frequency generators. So you get one with 400 all, we got some with 5, we got some with 70. You know, they vary. We even have handheld ones. But we want to generate the frequency. So you'll get one of these right here, you know, and then from there, we're going to hook that up. We're going to hook that up to the coils that I showed y'all. Let me see. How about this? You don't even need those specific coils. Let me just show you a caduceus coil. We'll make a little caduceus coil or something like that. Let me see if we got some images. That's what. So when I showed y'all Genghis Khan, that thing in his hand, let's go back to why is the design very important. Let me see, caduceus coil. Yeah, I didn't pull it up. Let me go.
You showed this before. I remember this.
Let me pull up Mobius coil. This looks like a little pancake. You see
Copper, you see this?
Talking about Copper.
Yeah, I was asking him. He's seen this.
Oh,
Copper.
I had the damn thing on mute. Yeah, I'm looking dead at it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you see this right here? This is very unique. This design y'all see. This has a different purpose than this.
You see that right there? You see that thing right there that you're looking at?
This?
Yes.
Yeah.
The 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4. That looks like a copper coil in between there.
Yeah.
Y'all remember when we was talking a couple of weeks ago and we was talking about Lost in Space? Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
If you look at that thing right there, that's what they were using in Lost in Space. That darn thing that was twirling on the outside on whatever planet they were on.
Yeah, because they use this because this right here can emit not only a specific wavelength and bandwidth. These things on the outside, you see they have coils around it. You see how it's twisted. This ain't just a wire, it's twisted. You see little twists around. Just by twisting that, it has a different function than if you didn't even have that on there. So I'm showing you, let's go back to Genghis so everybody can see this again. So let's go back to what Genghis got in his hand so y'all can now put it together. This is not a design that he have in his hand just to look cool. He have this design because it has a specific function. This thing has a specific function, and it looked just like what I just showed y'all. Look at that in the middle. It looked just like the picture I just showed y'all. Boom. It might have had a little coil in the middle, but the point is there's a you have an oval shaped objective of coils, and the inside is where the whatever charge, whether it's acoustics, whether it's magnetic monopole based, electrostatic, whether it's scalar, dealing with radiant charge, whatever your preference is coming straight through the middle. It's not coming on the outside through these. It's coming straight through the middle. Now I'm bringing this up because let's say you got 2 of these coils right here, or you have 2 of these coils right here. What you're gonna do is then go back over here. You're gonna make sure you get you get your oscilloscope. You're gonna generate, let's say 40 cycles per second, 30 cycles per second, because that's what the brain go by. 20 cycles per second, ultra low frequency, and you're gonna put that between there, and you're gonna go right back in that chair. That chair I showed y'all. You're just gonna sit there, and you're gonna let the iodine goes to the body via. This is why you're supposed to use these crystals. One of the reasons you use crystals. You know what crystals look cool. The crystal has a technological function. It can help you. You can use it for technology. You can use it for biological reasons. But this. Let me go back to the if I can find the iodine. That's another way to get the iodine. Now you put this iodine in room temperature, something that's not hot but just warm, and it'll automatically turn to a vapor or a gas. So if you have the correct genetics, you can kind of inhale this slowly for surely. This is another way to give your body iodine. The advanced way to do it, the other way to do it is when I showed y'all the coils. The 2 coils, and get you a frequency generator and just sit in that chair, put the crystal between the coils, and just let it go to work. This is what the crystals utilize. One of the reasons the crystals are utilized for. Go back, iodine crystal. Yeah, this is a cool one because this right here turns to a gas vapor in room temperature. So you don't need hot temperatures or nothing like that. This probably around 65 degrees. It's probably going 65, 61, somewhere around. No, not bad. 70, 75 to 80 degrees. It'll start to vaporize. I'm just saying that this is why you're saying women can't sing no more. It ain't that they don't want to sing. If they try to hit that Aretha Franklin note or any of them notes that the women did in the 1960s, 50s, it won't work because people was eating foods with iodine-rich foods back in the early 1900s to 1800s, even the mid-1950s. They have took all the iodine out your food. You can't even buy it off the shelf in Publix. You can't get it from a supplement store. They took it out the food. Your soil don't have no iodine. Y'all soil don't have no selenium. They took all that stuff out. So when it rain and it go in y'all dirt, those are chemtrails that's putting aluminum, barium, strontium oxide. That stuff kills the microbe under the dirt. It kills the microbe life under the dirt. So it's not like it's raining iodine in the rainwater. No, it's putting bad chemicals in the soil. So when the food grow in your garden or a farm, you don't get no iodine. This is another reason why people not living that long. Also, you're missing iodine. Also, it's very important.
So does the iodine kill them?
Do it? No, not really. This is a real nigga. This is a real nigga mineral. Put it like that.
Right, but if an unreal nigga use that mineral, will it do something negative to them?
No, I don't do nothing negative to them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but what they can do is to take a synthetic supplement. So they don't even give you iodine. What they're gonna give y'all is iodine. So this is what they give y'all. And this right here, this is deadly. They give y'all called iodide. So the government say, look,
iodide.
Yeah,
that's what I used to be out.
Yep, you said it just right. They want you niggas dead. They want everybody dead. So you can't even get iodine off the shelf. Now you can go and buy this stuff. It's called iodine potassium. Now this is the only thing they're gonna give y'all. It's called iodine potassium. You don't want this. You do not want this. This has nothing to do with iodine at all. Because the reason why it says iodide, because it stripped it from an isotope. That isotope that's missing is the one you need. But because they stripped it, now it went from iodine to iodide potassium. Now they combine 2 different molecular structures, and now they're giving it to you. And over here, it says for the thyroid gland. No, this ain't, man. This will destroy your thyroid gland. So people don't know that they took iodine off the market to give y'all this. This ain't the same. So that's why I say, no, if you want the iodine, you could have black walnuts. I'm gonna say, I want to say
that's
black.
wild.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Everybody on demon time, nobody care nothing about nobody getting on reparations or nothing. That ain't you ain't gonna be able to enjoy it because everything that's around you have been synthetically modified, or the things that you need as a real nigga have been stripped from you and you don't know how to get it back. So this is what I'm saying. Ain't nobody gonna be here anyway if they don't understand how to modify their own environment, whether you gotta genetically modify your own fruits and foods or learn how to extract your own iodide through crystals and stuff like that. Because black walnuts have it also. Let me see. Black walnuts have iodide in it. If anything, you don't supposed to get no there it is. See, I ain't lie to you niggas yet. Yes, black walnuts. I ain't lie to my niggas yet. Hey, yes, black walnuts is a natural source of iodine. The whole of the nuts, especially. So what would you do with the whole of the nuts? Don't throw it away. Just break it on down and just chew some of that stuff up. Try to eat much you could. Except just don't eat the walnut. Eat some of the whole. Listen, man, if you got the genetics to be a real nigga, you can eat some of that whole. So I'm telling you that now you gotta be strategic on how can I get iodine. Okay, if the sisters start eating black walnuts more often, they'll get that voice back. They can start hitting that Aretha Franklin high note, low note. They get all the notes.
So
man, they getting ready to cut down all the black walnut trees down south, telling you they sick.
Well, the black nuts. You talking about those nigger toe nuts? Remember they used to have them out on Thanksgiving? Them long ones. That's it. That's the same thing.
Yeah, you have to take that thing. You have to take a hammer and bust them open, because other than that, you don't get that damn thing open.
Is that the same as what he's talking about up here?
Yeah, you see different kind of walnuts. Look, pull out this up. All walnuts have iodine. It's just that the black walnuts, this species specifically, is high in iodine. Put it like that.
And where do we get black walnuts from?
Where you get it from? Shit, let's see if we can buy them. Let's see if we can buy some.
Shoot, they all over the south. Call somebody down south. They got a black walnut tree in their yard.
Right $8.
Oh, okay.
So you see, they're not the regular walnuts. You see, they even look different. They even have the label different. So all walnuts have iodine. It's just that these have very high levels of iodine in it. This is what you're supposed to be eating. You ain't supposed to go to no doctor and he give you medicine. The medicine that's a supplement is synthetic. It's going to silence your genetics. It's not for you. It's against you.
Now, wait a minute, Meta.
Go ahead.
See the first one? See the very first one over here on the left-hand side? The very first one right there. If you no. Go back up. Right there. Yeah, them. Them the ones we normally was getting as children growing up. Y'all remember them?
Yep.
Those were easy to crack open. But he talking about them black ones. You got to get a hammer and open them darn things up.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. They put them in charge of everything. So now they want $10 for a handful. Now, you get 20 ounces in now. You get a little something in now, you know. But, yeah, this right here, high iodine. Yeah.
What do you think about this right here, this banner with Focus Mindset?
Huh?
The banner.
The banner?
See, read it. I make walnut. Yo, you can't see it?
Oh, wait a minute. I got to go to the channel. Let me look at it. Wait a minute. I have some on my page right now. Hold on.
They selling the whole.
You got to stop the share screen. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I said I make walnut milk and I drink soy milk organic. I don't drink whole milk. So what is focus mind. That's cool. Yeah.
I thought you said you can't drink milk.
No, I said you can't drink animal milk. Niggas and people is the only species that's drinking another species milk. Like a lion don't drink a giraffe milk. Like a monkey don't drink a cow milk. Cows
Nope.
don't drink a dog milk. Niggas
Nope.
and people on this planet is the only people doing this crazy madness. So there's a doctor a black doctor named Dr. Price. He has a video. I'm gonna pull it so y'all can see. He went in 2 different videos, 20 minutes apiece. He's going in to show all of the dangerous chemicals. They even have heroin, amphetamine. That's why when people eat cheese, they get addicted to eating cheese. That's because they put amphetamine in it. Amphetamine is just like a methamphetamine. They put methamphetamine inside the cheese. That's why it's addictive. So,
oh damn,
there's a whole thing that's inside the milk. The only reason in the time you're supposed to drink the milk is if it came from the woman to the baby, because there's a specific type of gene and genetic protein enzyme that match up the DNA, mRNA, and the TNA with the baby to the mother. After that, the baby ain't supposed to be getting no milk out the stove, because I told you when I talked to you, the government have a campaign. You don't even see them make milk make the body good no more. You don't see that because there's a huge lawsuit against the government by putting that out, because now those in the field are very well aware that milk decays the bones. Let me see if I find it real quick. Dr. Bobby Price. Only a few that I know that had the word doctor, and he's not a fake doctor. You know, we go inside the black community, everybody got a doctor, they ain't no doctor. So, but this dude here is a doctor. Let me pull him up real quick. Let me see. Yeah, man, we got Dr. Phil Valentine, Dr. Umar Johnson, all these doctors. These niggas ain't no real doctors. They too broke. They ain't they don't talk about anything. They never touch no equipment. They never did any of this stuff. And so that's another reason I say it's sad, because the black community is not the black, but the melanated and the indigenous people to the land, they're up under attack in the most weirdest way, because in the so-called conscious black community, we got people put the word doctor in front. They ain't no doctors. That's dangerous.
What Dr. Umar Johnson should have is doctor of what is he what is he called? Doctor of psychology. That's what he ought to have.
That's why
out.
he went to the Fed. Remember, he got indicted by the Feds. That's what I told to the bed. That was all about. He went and caught the federal indictment years ago. That was because he was misusing the doctor term, and he cannot use that term doctor to explain any biology. He can't even speak a thing of anatomy or biology. That's what that was all about. It had nothing to do with him taking the money and not building a school. He got indicted and had to go to the Fed's courtroom because he was using the doctor term on his name, and he's not a doctor at all. So that's what that was about.
Oh boy. Okay. So now you see it can say Umar Johnson. It don't say Dr. Umar Johnson.
That's why I told Sister Bethy when she went in on him, why is you saying that this man's a doctor? He understands chemistry. This man don't understand nothing. He don't understand nothing that a doctor know. So that's why you only see Umar Johnson. You don't see the doctor. People still call him doctor.
Is that why they did what's his name the same way? They took him in the federal court too. He's called Pastor T.D. Jakes. What was he called before? Bishop T.D. Jakes. They took him to federal court. Yep. Took him to federal court for that.
He ain't a bishop now.
He ain't no bishop. Yeah.
They know
that's crazy.
They know when niggas look at these titles, they get hypnotized. The white boy ain't buying it. You is not gonna get these white folks to say Dr. Umar Johnson. They gonna say, where's credentials? Show us the lab you work in. Niggas don't do this. So the black community, they call it black conscious community. Everybody got a doctor. We got Dr. Phil Valentine, Dr. Melania, we got Dr. Umar Johnson. Everybody a doctor. But no. They put the doctor because it's an imitation by influence. You get that out of King James Bible, not the Bible y'all know, but the witchcraft book. So if people go get the witchcraft book of the King James version, there's a few chapters in there that based on what's called imitation by influence. This is what they're doing to everybody. They're influencing you by imitating what they want you to be and do. Whether it's makeup, whether it's to be a killer, whether it be whatever personality they want you to adopt. That's called imitation by influence.
Imitation of Life. That's the title of the movie. Imitation of Life. And that's what you just explained.
Hey, Sister Bethy, look at my screen real quick.
Goodness gracious, these people.
Because that's called being forced. They're using force. They're using power, not force. It's a difference. You see my screen?
Not yet.
Oh, Sister Bethy in the building? Nah, she stepped away real quick. I think she stepped off. Oh, there she go. Hey, if y'all go watch this video right here about this, it's a real doctor. This ain't nobody in the conscious community trying to be, you know, claim Kemet and all of that, whatever. Yeah, these kill you. I'm from Kemet. Kemet ain't never
I've
happened
seen
anyway.
that brother before.
I know him. He do a lot of political shows. He started out very young, like he was when he was like 7, right?
Yeah,
I mean
he
11.
He
And then
still ain't got no mustache.
And then they shut his YouTube channel off.
No,
Yeah.
this is YouTube channel right here.
Oh,
He got about 1 million subscribers. So you know, nah, you got this video is called The Hidden Dangers of Dairy. Y'all go watch this. I'm telling y'all to go watch this. I recommend you go watch this. Go watch this one and go watch this one. He gonna give you the exact genes, enzymes, and all of the cancers that's inside y'all milk. He gonna give you the breakdown. He gonna give y'all the breakdown as to the dangerous stuff that's inside y'all milk.
Dr. Bobby Price.
Get the Dr. Bobby Price, not no comedic doctor, not these, you know, I'm from Kemet doctor. Nah, hell no. Real doctor. You know, you can check out his what hospital his doctor at in his lab, and he show all of that stuff. He even shows degrees. You go check and verify it. Them white folks will not be following him. He was a fake doctor. Let me tell you something about them white folks. Them white folks, no disrespect to the white folks there, but one thing about them, they're very specific. When you say you're in this profession, they want to see how can you backdate yourself. You don't have to show updated proof, but you have to at least know how to play the role of being very well known of the procedures, pathways, stuff like that, being very specific and stuff like that. And so he has a huge following, not from the Black conscious community, but really from other ethnicities. So
I believe very, because Sonetta ain't had him on his set, and none of the rest of these folk done even brought his name up. But you have. None of the rest of them brought this brother's name up.
See, it's a difference in what and who I'm trying to influence to be in life. It's a difference in what I'm doing. This nigga know not to go to Sonetta. He know that. No.
Let's fix that. Sonetta know not to bring him on to his show.
Yeah. Oh, he got 800,000 subscribers. Yeah. And plus, let me show you something. I'm not saying you have to have money to show who you is, but damn it, if you say you're a doctor, you have to have that bag. There's nobody in the Black conscious community, when they say doctor, they have real money from what they do. They don't have, you know, a doctor at least make $500,000 to $5 million a year minimum. And his background, his ambiance, it shows that all the time when he do his videos and wherever he at. And so I'm saying it to say this. When he shows he's inside the hospital or his equipment and stuff like that, he does his own testing and stuff like that also. So, and he's never off topic. If you go listen to his channel, he is not going to slide over and say the Anunnaki. He is not going to talk about no Sumerians. He is not going to make a show about no Kemet, pharaohs, and all that other stuff. He don't even do none of that. His stuff is strictly about the anatomy of the body and stuff like that. And so these two videos is going to make everybody stop drinking milk if you drink milk. It's these two alone going to do it. Because he also get inside one of these videos, he's showing why the government do not have commercials no more. Because it's a huge, he's aware of it also. He's aware of it. It's a huge lawsuit going on with the government for the past 10 years. Like, nobody's seen a Milk Does a Body commercial in probably like 10 or 15 years.
Sure ain't. Man, I better get in on that. I better get in on that lawsuit. Everybody need to get in on that lawsuit. I didn't even know it was one out there, but thank you for saying it. I'm gonna sure look it up.
Yeah, that's happening real. But guess what? They still selling milk. But now, like,
they selling it. But they selling it. They selling it, but the government is not endorsing it.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
Yeah.
Because I remember all them milk commercials. I remember years ago when I was growing up, they telling you, oh, milk does the body good. Gives you strong bones and blah, blah. Oh, man.
Hey, they knew what they were doing the whole time. Because when they say give you strong bones, no, actually it decays the bones. So that means they knew what it was going to do to the bones the whole time. It does the body good.
You know what?
Now that you said that, yeah, I just went back in the memory of my own mind. If I go back into the late 60s and into the 70s, on up until the early 80s, you start noticing brothers and sisters, they were coming up with sprained ankles, wrists, fingers, broken legs, broken arms. And
Oh
these were
yeah,
real.
yeah. The broken. I see what you're saying. If you go check out the anatomy of the last 90 years, you will see that people do not break the bones that easily. This is something new that's been happening.
That's right.
It's
That is
that milk.
correct.
Remember, y'all want to eat the cereal? They set everybody up. Y'all want to eat cereal, right? You can't eat cereal without the milk. You want your Raisin Bran, your Frosted Flakes. So they made all these commercials so you can pick your favorite cereal. But they knew you was gonna eat it with the milk.
With the
They
milk.
knew that.
Yep, you're right.
Animal milk we talking about. So the focus mind, you can go ahead and drink walnut milk. Ain't no problem with walnut milk because the word milk is a colloid. Let me just show you when we say the word milk.
My goodness, I'm just now looking at the picture at the bottom of the good doctor with the child drinking a glass of milk. But right there, I'm looking at that damn Jersey cow. God,
That cow looking at you. Look, the cow looking at you niggas like, what you niggas doing? You can look at the cow. The cow's looking at it like, what is you doing? Cows don't drink cat milk. Cats don't drink goat milk. Goats don't drink a cow milk. The humans and the real niggas is the only species that's doing this madness. No other animal does this. When we say milk is not to just a animal. A milk is a colloid. That's what we mean by milk. You know, it's the yeah. So when I say the word milk, I'm not talking about an animal. Milk is a texture, and again, still doing material, cellular microbiology sciences. So this is like a material. This material is the way it suspends itself around a liquid terminal. It suspends itself in water, or it don't suspend itself. So we grade this and say we have a name. We're gonna call it colloid because the way it settles in and out a substance. It floats. It don't float. The particles are very small. They can float or don't float. They can attach to something like emulsifier. So let me show you something. Let me put the word emulsifier. Let me show you the difference. Because when y'all put garlic on your food, that's why garlics taste so good because it's an emulsifier. You know, an emulsifier is something that can blend something in. You know that's why you want. Let me say emulsification because these go hand in hand. Colloids, emulsifier, emulsion. I think garlic is let me put it in to be specific. This is why some of the seasons that y'all put in your food, you can't help yourself. Because what a emulsifier do is it can turn something into something else. So that's why when garlic is on some of y'all foods and stuff, it can change the taste to that food that y'all eating because it's emulsifying it. It's merging. It can merge itself with it. All season don't do this, but garlic is an emulsifier. Stuff like that. That's why
you ain't supposed to put garlic on it. You have garlic. You're supposed to eat garlic by itself.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was just getting ready to say something about something. Oh, I was just getting ready to say now it makes sense about the attack on women, mainly ours. Maybe some of you women will remember, but during the late 80s, early 90s, women started breastfeeding children. And there was a lot of people against the women for having to breastfeed babies, whether they riding on buses, trains, what have you, planes.
Yeah.
And they were complaining about it real bad. But I noticed
because there was nobody complaining but women, because their man was looking at the lady's nice nipple. But
yes, that's exactly what was going on. I remember that. I was like, what's wrong with y'all? Then you started noticing they were covering them up.
I had to breastfeed my daughter until she was 4 years old.
I'm like, God, dog.
Sure
but they really was against them women breastfeeding them babies, period.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that was.
Yeah.
They want them to. You could get you about. You could make that Similac up and give it to them. You know that dumb stuff people were saying.
Yeah, I couldn't. She couldn't have that. I had to breastfeed her till she was 4.
None of them should have that Similac. Not one.
That's some bad stuff. Because some babies was growing teeth real quick, and they had hairs down there. Babies coming in at 6 months.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know. I think he was a Similac baby when we were growing up. He was younger than we were, but his parents must have gave him that crap back in the 70s. Because this guy was shaving while
And
he
they
was
switched to one called,
school.
I think it was Infamil and Similac.
Yep, Infamil and Similac. This guy was shaving when we was in elementary school. His name was Dathan Gatson. I'll never forget it.
Yeah. What else you got? Anything else, Meta?
Oh, he was waiting on you. Be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm just chilling. What's happening?
Oh, nothing. We've been going almost 3 hours. I wanted you to stay in the back for a second.
Oh, all right.
And I'm pretty much done for today. I want people to be able to look back at this video. It's going to be long for them. This was really, really informational. We didn't even really get to copper stuff.
That's why we get to it.
Right.
This was more important.
I still got all of your things up. So we'll do it on our next thing. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow night.
If not,
I mean, you don't have to be up because I could still read it. Because I know I only asked you for Wednesdays. So I'll probably do this and we'll go over the other ones next week. We'll be on point. But this is a great segment. I'm gonna upload this segment as a link on the website for the November newspaper, definitely. Because I took a lot of definitions. I'm back here writing. That's why I was quiet. See? That's literally why I was quiet. Look, I swear for goodness. I was back here writing. Page while he was talking the whole time. All my notes. Oh, y'all can't even see him. I don't know why it's not showing them. See all my notes?
I just saw him.
Yeah, it's my back screen doing that. Whatever. But I got like 4 pages of notes from this segment, and it's gonna be great. But anyway, you guys, I don't want to keep everybody.
Look like Frankenstein's notebook.
I know, right? I like the wide notebooks when I take notes. I can type them up better. But this was a really great segment. I love you guys so much. And hang on, Meta. Second, and I love y'all, and I will be back here tomorrow for sure.
Hey, Meta, thank you for that. Even though it was one session, that's gonna have to go back over that session again, so we can really, because that is so important. What you showed, I'm sitting there in shock.
Yeah, that got to be another session from A to Z, like he was doing. Because
that was excellent.
Yeah, thank you.
That was amazing. So I love you guys. Hang on, Meta, and I will see y'all mañana.
All righty.